Hello, everybody, and welcome to historic Holman Stadium, scene of tonight's Futures Collegiate League Baseball game between the host Nashua Silver Knights and the visiting Worcester Bravehearts. I'm John Collins, along with Tom King, who once again is following this Nashua Silver Knights team closely, and maybe a tale of two teams here after a slow start to the season, Tom.
It is a tale of two teams in a way, John. I mean, it's the same as last year, rinse and repeat. You know, they start out the season with a bunch of temporary players and whoever that, you know, and some of their regulars, but not many of them. And then most of the good players are playing with their colleges in postseasons, in tournaments, conference tournaments. And even the NCAA tournament, even the NCAA College World Series on the Division I or Division II or III level. So it's difficult for them. And I don't know why it's more difficult in Nashua than it is in some of the other cities with these teams. I don't know. But they started out the season 2-15. They've won 4 out of 5 with most of their regulars now here. And the one game they lost was Friday night in Westfield, 2-1. So they are playing good baseball right now, and they'll need to keep it up. I mean, they've been able to hit a little bit. They've been able to get better pitching. Their bullpen, I think, is going to be a strength. I think they have that pretty much mapped out now. So it all depends on you know, everybody just kind of everything flowing together. The defense was horrible at the start of the year. It's much better now. So we'll see, John Collins. I mean, on the mound right now is a guy we've watched, Will Perkowski. We saw him I saw him in high school. He pitched for Goffstown on opening day, and I was in Cam Cook's office the day he was here pitching against Nashua South. I said, "Who's that on the mound for Goffstown?" He goes, "Well, that's Will Perkowski. He's going to come and play first for us." I said, "The way he's pitching right now, you might want to throw him on the mound too."
Sure.
So that's what they're doing. And in his first start was okay. He pitched 5 innings, got it his way through, gave up a couple runs, but he was hit hard. And as Kyle Jackson said, he threw like a high schooler. And I'll tell you after the national anthem what that means.
Please stand and direct your attention to the American flag located in left field for the playing of our national anthem.
As we get ready to play here, what that meant as far as pitching like a high schooler was he was around the heart of the plate too much. Needs to move the ball around a little bit because Perkowski was a noted strike thrower in high school. I think maybe he had 2 walks the entire season for Goffstown, if that. That's incredible for a high school pitcher. But the problem is if you're around the heart of the plate too much without any movement, you're going to get hit at the collegiate level, and that's what happened. But he didn't get, you know,
I was in suspense for about 3 minutes of the national anthem to find out what a difference between the college and high school level, and that makes perfect sense.
Yep, that's.
I don't think I would have guessed on that, but yes, you can't live in the middle of the zone as you move up at levels, and that is something that the pro pitchers do. Sometimes to a fault, they get into walk trouble sometimes when they try to nibble and get people to chase outside the zone, but you got to kind of aim for that. You got to kind of aim for the corners so you can get in trouble with the long ball and the damage.
Yeah, and you know, he got into a little bit of trouble, but you know, they got him out of there in time. So I think he threw 4 innings, and you know, he'll learn, and you know, this is his second start, so we'll see how that goes. So, but he does damage with his bat, John Collins. He had a big 3-run home run on Sunday to ignite a rally over Pittsfield. They were down 4-0 here at Holman, and you're like, oh, you know, I wasn't here, but I'm sure the feeling was, you know, oh, here we go again, because this is the way it was through much of the first 2 weeks of the season, except the game that we did last, which was the Education Day game. But hard to believe that they went on a 9-game losing streak after that day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
hard to believe.
It is hard. Yeah,
but he had that big home run the other day on Sunday and gave them a big win over Pittsfield. This is a tough week for them. They've got some tough teams that. You know, everybody that's above them in the standings is on the docket this week. So this is a big week and a big start to the week. And they have a doubleheader tomorrow as a makeup game after a suspended game on a Friday night with New Britain. So we'll see how that goes. But here we go. First pitch.
It is a beautiful day here in Nashua, Tuesday, June 20, which means tomorrow is the summer solstice and the officially longest day of the year. This will be a pretty long day, getting dark pretty close to 9 p.m. And you can see with the shadows nearly straight down for a 6 p.m. start, we're at that time of the year, Tom, where the sun will probably be with us for most of this game.
Yeah, we're at that time of the year, John. And but I'll tell you what, can we get it a few more degrees warmer? I mean, it's ridiculous.
So picky.
I got a long sleeve winter shirt on and jeans. I mean, come on.
That's true. It is
this is not summer
almost
weather.
July 4th coming up here.
This is not. This is 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going on?
All right.
You know.
What's going on here is a 1-2 pitch, and it's a great hook from Perkowski.
And that was it. He wasn't around the heart of the plate that time, was he? He got him swinging at a pitch on the outer half of the plate.
That was a great pitch. That was a strike for about 45 feet, and then it started to dive. Tyler Bastunas, the shortstop, leading off with a strikeout. He does go down swinging, and that brings up the number 2 hitter, A.J. Guindon, the left fielder. Couple of right-handed batters to start the game for the Bravehearts against the right-hand throwing Perkowski. First pitch swinging Guindon fouls it over Tom's head behind home plate. A win for the Silver Knights on Father's Day, Tom, I see.
Yeah.
There would be Pittsfield
That was
here.
the game I talked about with the home run by Perkowski.
Right.
So
and
it was 10-5 win.
He's the Shohei Ohtani, at least of the Nashua Silver Knights, huh?
Well, a lot of these college guys probably do hit a little bit. You know, some of them do. I mean, you know, but I don't think he will. We'll see. Well, I don't know what plans Snoo has for him. There's that fastball that's right down the heart of the plate. So.
Popped the mitt pretty good at 88 miles per hour on the radar gun here at Holman. Trying to start the inning with back-to-back strikeouts, a 1-2 count. Perkowski working to Guindon. He launches it straight up in the air to left field. It's more shallow than deep, and a long run. Can't get there.
That's the shortstop's
Liam
ball.
Critchett.
Shortstop should be out there making that play.
That was a tough play for Critchett. He was playing fairly deep, and I think he misread it off the bat.
Yeah, but you know what? When that happens, your shortstop's got to help you out, right, John Collins? I think the infield has got to go back.
Yeah, that is quite the depth for a shortstop, but it was up there so high that you're probably
up
right.
high enough.
He had was the difference.
He had the shorter distance to get to it.
That was sort of a major league level height on that, and I think it caught both fielders off guard. And as you said, Ryan Giuliano, if he had sprinted out there, he probably would have been camped under
there was too much of that happened in the first 2 weeks of the season.
So an opportunity here for the Bravehearts to open up the scoring in the top half of the first inning with Guindon on second base with a double. And it is a Three-hitter Mark Willie fouling this one off. 0-2 quickly to the big left-handed slugger for the Bravehearts.
Yeah, let's see how Burkowski pitches him. You know, you've got to be careful with him. I mean, a lot of the lefties in this league, especially in this ballpark, are very good at going the other way.
They play him toward the right field line in right and straightaway in center, which means big gap in right center. The check swing is a no-go, no swing. Home plate umpire Jeff Kleiner checking with his third base ump.
I tell you, you will not see many walks tonight with this pitcher, John. He is a strike thrower.
And he's been ahead in the count to all three of the first three batters for Worcester. Another 1-2 count here to Willie. That's a curveball inside. The count evens at 2-2. (6'3" and 187 is the listing for Will Perkowski. The starter just about to enter his freshman year of college at SNU. SNHU. Checks the runner at second and works to Willie. Ground ball on two high hops to the second baseman, Dylan Pacheco. Over to Walkley at first, and that is the second out of the inning. Over to third goes Guindon.
Worcester, again, I think they're loading up with lefties, knowing they have the righty pitchers. Another left-hander coming up.
Jack Thorbon, the first baseman. Willie's the DH who just grounded out to second.
Well, not only is Worcester playing pretty well, they're also drawing a little bit better than they did last year. They are the leading team in the league right now with just over 2,000 a game.
Oh, that's good news. That's impressive.
Yeah,
Big
it's
swing.
impressive when you're doing that ahead of Vermont, which is right
Yeah.
there. It's only like a couple hundred average difference.
And you get the Woo Sox right there in town.
Right. That's a tough battle.
The 0-1 again getting ahead. Perkowski with strike one. Fastball on strike two. Living at 88 there as he hits the outer third.
Now, here's the problem, the 0-2, right? This is it.
It's a good problem to have for Perkowski.
Yeah, but if he's around the plate too much, it won't be.
Let's see.
See what he does.
They set up way outside, and he hits that
there
corner.
He goes.
Great pitch. 82, I think he took a little bit off of it and had a tail on it, and it was a great pitch.
It was a great pitch. This is an excellent
Perfectly
job.
executed.
Yep. No
Two
doubt about it.
strikeouts in the inning. So Perkowski's off to a good start. The Silver Knights have a lot of home games this week.
Now they got four more home games this week. They've got a doubleheader tomorrow, and then they play Thursday and they play Friday. I'll miss Friday's game. The Chad football game is that night at 6 o'clock, so I will miss that. But watch, it'll be a huge crowd with a lot of fireworks. It will be. I'm sure it will because the weather will be good.
Good,
so,
yeah.
You know, they need that.
What time's the doubleheader start tomorrow?
3, I believe.
3 p.m.,
Yeah, 3
okay.
p.m. Yep, 7-inning doubleheader.
I think I saw that online on the printed schedule. They had 6 o'clock. Maybe it's
John, it's not a scheduled doubleheader. It's a makeup.
Makeup, sure. And then 3 and 6 tomorrow, and then they got the Vermont team in on Thursday and Norwich on Friday.
Yep.
Yeah. So and then they have to go right on the road.
They go on the road for
Westfield.
one night. Yeah, for
one
Westfield,
night.
and then they
Back
come back
here on Sunday.
Sunday, yep.
3 o'clock start next Sunday. So a lot going on. Let's see in the promotional schedule. They have this coming Sunday will be Bark in the Park next June 25th.
That's the usual dogs. So you bring
that's
you bring your
doggy
dogs
day
to the
here.
ball. Yeah, it's dog day here.
So they go dads and then dogs, back-to-back Sundays.
There you go.
Lots happening here at historic Holman Stadium. The field looks great once again. As we watch the pitcher for the Bravehearts warm up, Tom, it's JT Raab, R-A-A-B.
If I'm not mistaken, he's pitched against them earlier in the season, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he has, though.
Big right-hander. Rob is 6'5", 230.
Well, you got some tall pitchers going there.
Yeah.
6'5", 6'3", you have a little hoop game.
Yeah.
You got a little hoop game in between innings. They got the basketball hoop out there somewhere, I think.
He'll be a sophomore at Stony Brook, a resident of Seaford, New York.
Yeah, they do have a basketball hoop out there. all the way down the end of the kid zone. Look.
Oh, I see it. They're playing right now.
Let's just get these two guys to play a one-on-one game to 11, then we go home, right? Winner wins the game, right?
You don't want to see baseball?
Winner wins the game. Let's do it that way.
I think you're waiting for a Savannah Banana basketball inning to break out. They would probably try that.
They would try that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, one inning to decide part of the game.
Here's Luca Giolongo out of New
Exciting
England,
player.
out of New England, New England College, and he's he's up. He goes to school up in Henniker.
Oh, he
played
went to
for
bunt.
Westfield last year. Got a lot of speed. Probably isn't hitting as well as you would like, but he can get on base, and if he gets on base, he can be electric.
Took a strike on the outside corner, like a bluff to bunt, and he fouls that one off at 85.
The problem with Luca is he falls behind in the count too early. He's always 1-2, 0-2.
Mm-hmm. Certainly, Rob coming right after him, a pair of fastballs in the zone.
He lays down a bunt. He's at first base.
Might as well have gone ahead with it, huh?
They're not going to beat it. I mean, they're not going to beat him. He's going to beat it out.
Yeah.
But 2 strikes now. So he's already 0-2.
Right. And a little late on that, but he fights it off, stays 0-2.
So, I mean, Luca can do a lot of things. Defensively in center field, he's, with that kind of speed, he's great. He was an all-star last year with Westfield. We'll see if he can
They
pick it
play
up.
back in the infield on the left side. It's interesting. If he hits a slow one over there, he's probably going to be beated out.
Oh, he'll beat out anything.
I mean, the third baseman's back.
Even on the ground, a ground ball, deep in a hole and short, he's on. Speed to burn. They gave him Sunday off.
0-2. Just off the plate.
Very close.
Yeah. Home plate umpire Jeff Kleiner gives Luca the benefit of that call. Looked like it could have went either way. 1-2 is the count. Worcester does have the first hit in this game. And a hard fastball at the top of the zone, maybe a little bit above, and Luca gets a piece. Fouls it straight back. College Baseball World Series is well underway in Omaha. It's that time of year. The 1-2 pitch. Hit to right field, sinking fast. Caught. What a nice running play by Kevin Matos.
Well, he didn't have to run very far, John.
No, he didn't.
He played him that way.
Perfectly positioned,
They positioned him that way, and he hits. He'll hit the other way, and they knew that, and they put it in. That's why Luca dropped the bunt down. First or second pitch, you're going to be on base. It's Jack McDermott, the hero from last year's playoffs, one of the heroes.
AJ.
He was the finals MVP. Although arguably you could have given it to the kid who hit the home run that won it. But still, he had a great playoff series. I think that MVP was given to him for the whole series because there would have been no home run had he not doubled to put the runner on base. And Vermont will make their first trip in here this week since that game 2 where McDermott had a walk-off hit.
So a 90-mile-an-hour fastball with just a couple inches off the plate inside. That one was just about middle, 88, and fouled back.
Again, your Silver Knight hitters are down on the count, 1-2.
JT Robb coming right after these Silver Knights hitters, but he bounced that one as he threw the changeup, looked like. Not a good grip. As a hitter, you kind of take note of that. Probably take that out of the equation for the 2-2. Definitely with that 90-mile-an-hour fastball, JT Robb threat to try to blow it by him.
And
he threw it at 93 that time.
Did that look 93 to you?
No.
No, it didn't. That's why I wonder about the gun. I don't know about the accuracy of the gun.
But he was a little late on it.
He was.
Maybe it looked 93 to, AJ. JT versus AJ here. That's off the plate. Good take. 3-2 count now. Count goes full here. 2-hitter for the Silver Knights, trying to work his way on any way he can. In a 0-0 game at this point. That's low and a good at bat by AJ McDermott.
That is a good at bat by Jack. It's Jack McDermott.
Jack McDermott?
Yes, Jack McDermott.
All right.
Very good at bat.
Jack is aboard.
Third baseman Brady O'Brien is stepping in. He's, I believe, the team's leading hitter right now, over 300, but not a ton of power at that spot. Only he's got a little bit of pop.
Well,
Let's
now he
see.
needs to hit one out just to prove you
Right.
wrong.
And no kidding.
And the fastball, he was first pitch swing, took note on deck about how many first pitch strikes.
He was going for that right field corner.
Yeah, JT has been filling up the strike zone here for the Bravehearts. 0-1 count, foul off to the right side. So we keep an eye on Jack McDermott at first, and so does Rob with a soft throw over. Just to let him know he knows he's over there.
Two of the hottest hitters for the Silver Knights are coming up after this.
The Shanes,
The Shanes.
pair of Shanes.
Yep.
Strike on the outside corner. It's quickly 0-2. Might have had a little bit of a cut on it, but came up as 91 on the gun. So another favorable count for the Bravehearts pitcher. JT Robb checks the runner over his shoulder, holds it a little bit extra long. Now he goes to the plate, and that's command right there as he took threw it right by him, bottom of the zone, after holding the runner. So first strikeout of the game gets the Silver Knights 3-hitter with the K swinging. And that brings up the first of the Silver Knights, two Shanes. Shane McNamara with Shane Walkley on deck.
Now, McNamara is just a really good hitter, John. He's hitting about 280. He has a ton of RBIs.
Well,
just played
watch out
very
this first
well.
pitch.
Yep.
No, it misses for a change. Maybe a little respect there, knowing that Shane's a hot hitter as JT overthrows it in the dirt.
He really, his whole, I have to think almost his collegiate career was ignited last year in the Nesson game against, I believe, Pittsfield, when he hit a walk-off.
Oh, he was struggling before that, wasn't he?
He was. He hit the walk-off off the wall. And,
showed what he can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then they put him, and he became a regular. They felt he was good with runners on base. And, that was an analytics move to put him in there.
It was, right? Yeah. There's the roundhouse hook at 81 and catches the outside. So 92 on the inside corner, 81 away with the breaking ball. And JT Robb again.
Robb again,
Ahead of the count.
Even though he's got one walk, he's been ahead in the count on all 4 hitters. So
the 1-2 pitch on the way outside. An easy take there for Shane McNamara. He's trying to catch up with some heat perhaps on this next one. Let's see if the JT tries to sneak one inside corner again. Seems to be his modus operandi. And he did, and Shane was ready, but he just fouled it back. That was power against power right there.
Yes, it was.
That would have went a long way, too, if he connected. As deep as Kevin Matos is playing it right, that would have been over his head if that got barrel. We'll do the 2-2 again. Swung on it and missed a change up at 80.
Took something off it, and that was it. So,
as Shane McNamara checked with the home plate umpire, Jeff Kleiner, was that a strike? He said, yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, no. And
perfect pitch.
Perfect pitch. He didn't swing it a bat.
We saw both pitchers come up with inning-ending pitches like that, Tom.
Just mistimed it. All right, John Collins, I'm going to head down in a little bit and
get us some action down there,
see
Tom.
some action. You know, it's
one of those games where the pitchers are so good. Like, are we going to get any foot traffic on the bases?
The action may be the pitcher.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Tom King. And hurry back. On a Tuesday, June 20, here at historic Holman Stadium, we welcome all our loyal Nashua viewers watching tonight's game live on a June 20, 2023 on Channel 96. As we got some meetings going on our usual home of Channel 99. That's fine. Tuesday night's always a busy night for the business of government, local and national and elsewhere. And also, we welcome our Hudson Cable viewers to tonight's game. 0-0 as we go to the top of the second inning.
In Toy Story. That's correct.
Some Toy Story trivia down there on the sideline. Is this where they ask the player way tougher questions? Oh, pie in the face. Pie in the face. Oh, that's a good amount of pie. A good direct hit. To the top of the second we go, and Bravehearts will be sending to the plate Andrew Chronister, their catcher.
Catcher number 36, Andrew Chronister.
To be followed by Kevin Matos and Kobe Stenson. 3 hitters due up for the Bravehearts. First pitch swinging, hammers it high, fairly deep to center. Luca Giolongo cruising to his left makes the play. 1 up, 1 pitch, 1 down.
Now batting from Wheaton College.
So Chronister retired. Pretty good piece to center. And here's Kevin Matos with his first at-bat of the game. The umpire's going to the mound to attend to, I guess, some issue that Will Perkowski's having with the area right around the rubber. They don't summon the grounds crew. It was funny, it was the flat-bottomed shoes of the umpires apparently was able to do some groundkeeping or mound keeping that Perkowski wasn't able to do with his cleats, but not too much of a break there in the action to repair things on the mound. And back to it with a curveball that breaks off the plate inside, apparently, at only 70 miles an hour. It was Perkowski featuring a mix of hard and soft stuff. The 1-0. Foul straight back as he went back to the fastball up in the zone. Matos took a healthy hack. Silver Knights play him straight away at all positions. Right fielder Shane McNamara maybe slightly to pull. That finds the outside half of the plate. 1-2 is the count. Will Perkowski has 2 strikeouts through the first inning. Trying to come up with his third here, and he gets it. Swinging through the fastball was Matos. And 2 down here in the second. That'll bring up the number 7 hitter, Kobe Stenson.
From Siena College, the third baseman, number 63, Kobe Stenson.
Stenson plays his ball for Siena College. Getting his first at-bat of this one. Listed at 5'8" and 180. Makes his home in North Syracuse, New York. I'd say about half of the time when I see a New York State residence, I don't recognize the town. There's a high fly to left, and it's going to be an easy play. Very low number of pitches in that inning for Will Perkowski. The fly out by Stenson to Liam Critchett in left field retires the side, and we quickly move along to the bottom of the second inning in a 0-0 game. Silver Knights trying to work their way up from down in the standings at the start of tonight's game. They were in next to last place, I believe. Yes, with a record of 6-16. Only the Brockton Rocks are off to a tougher start, as they have gone 4-15, only won 4 out of 19 games so far, have Brockton. At the top of the standings, the Vermont Lake Monsters, the nemesis from last year's championship playoffs, riding high at a 16-5 record. The Worcester Bravehearts, these Worcester Bravehearts are in second place at 13-7, off to a great start, contributing to their league-leading attendance there in Worcester. The New Britain Bees are in third at 13-9, followed by the Norwich Sea Unicorns and Westfield Starfires, excuse me, Pittsfield Suns, and then your Nashua Silver Knights. Bottom of the second inning.
From Mount St. Mary's University in the short
Mount St. Mary's ball player Shane Walkley is up for the Nashua Silver Knights. Shane with his pre-at-bat ritual, which includes taking a good look at that barrel before he steps into the left-handed batter's box to face J.T. Robb. And that one is just outside. It's on the corner, excuse me. 0-1. Just had some deja vu as I umpired the first pitch, and I was wrong. 0-1 is the count. That one's low. 1-1. Walkley trying to get the Silver Knights' first hit in this game. They do have the first base runner. That was a walk to Jack McDermott in the first inning. That one floats outside, so a 2-1 count. Saw a bunch of 1-2 counts in the first inning, including to Jack McDermott, who worked a walk after all, but good to see a Silver Knights batter get ahead this much. First 3-1 count of the game, I believe. To the 5-hitter, Shane Walkley. First 3-1 count by either pitcher. The 3-1 on the way, and that's on the corner. Not the cookie you might hope for as a batter on 3-1. Certainly did get the fastball, though. Right on the edge. J.T. Robb facing off against Shane Walkley, and the 3-2 fastball throws it by him. So Robb, who is featuring fastballs as brisk as 93 miles per hour in the first inning. Notice that the radar gun doesn't seem to be working here in the second. Throws that one by Walkley. That is the third strikeout in a row for the Worcester Bravehearts pitcher, J.T. Robb. Now facing Dylan Pacheco. Looks at a breaking ball in the inside corner. That's 76. The front door curve succeeds for Robb in getting ahead in the count on the hitter. That one's a fastball, foul straight back to the screen, and it's quickly 0-2. Very pleasant night, jacket weather. For the most part, as it will be in the upper 60s by the end of this one. Too cold for Tom King, but just right for many people. Don't like it too hot. Certainly the ball players probably don't even notice the weather at this point. Hard and deep to right, but right into the glove of Kevin Matos. He made that look easy despite the glaring sunshine, which is more pointed from the third base tarp, say, right at the fielders instead of from home plate. So Matos was able to get a good angle. Ball well struck by Dylan Pacheco, the best. Well, actually, Giolongo lined out to the right fielder earlier, but that was hit even harder by Pacheco to Matos. Matos, the only fielder getting any action off of the Silver Knights bats so far. As he caught that liner off of the bat of Pacheco and also a liner off the bat of Giolongo in the sinking liner toward the line, leading off for the Silver Knights in the first inning. Otherwise, it's been strikeouts and one walk. And Liam Critchett, the left fielder, with his first at-bat, left-handed hitter, stands well up on the plate. Kind of Rizzo-esque, as close as he is to that line next to the plate, batter's box line. 90 miles an hour, but up and away from J.T. Robb. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. This big swing and a miss. Ball looked like it had some tail on it, right on the outer edge. And not able to square it up with that mighty hack is Critchett, trying to start something with 2 outs. 2-2 count. Fouled straight back, or maybe at an angle. Ball was eating up the inner part of the plate. Trying to get out ahead of it, but just a little bit late was Critchett. Changeup works again for Robb. As the batters are gearing up for the hard stuff, and it's just a fadeaway strikeout. 4 strikeouts in the game so far for J.T. Robb. Very impressive. So Will Perkowski completes his warm-up tosses and will work into the top of the third inning, facing the bottom two hitters in the order for the first time. Antonio Morales leading off for Worcester, left-handed hitter. Bravehearts in second place in the FCBL, just behind the Vermont Lake Monsters, 2 games behind. Ball 1 from Perkowski. Old-fashioned stirrup look from Morales as he fouls that one off to the left over the bowl. 1-1 in the count. Worcester with those kind of neon lime bills on the helmets. Otherwise, kind of have the Tampa Bay Rays color scheme in their uniforms. The road jerseys. Fouled off the top of the netting behind home plate, and we have a 2-2 count. Something's loose in right field, left field. The umpires are. We have umpires are. Everybody's looking over towards the third base coaching box. Are they talking about the umpire talking about being on the rubber instead of being off to the side? It's the first base umpire that raised the concern. And I think now Kyle Jackson, the Silver Knights head coach, is asking the umpire to explain exactly what he means about his objection to where Will Perkowski is putting his plant foot before the pitch. And apparently Will is having an issue with that depression in front of the rubber, and maybe the first base umpire is saying that he's not seeing enough contact with the rubber in the delivery. You have to have some part of your foot making some contact with the rubber when you deliver it to home plate. Worcester's manager may have said something, and the discussion was fairly brief, but an interruption in the flow of the game. 3-1 is the count. Revising what's on the scoreboard, it says 2-2 with 3-1 according to the home plate umpire, Jeff Kleiner. And the pitch, very high and very shallow in right field. Backpedaling for the Silver Knights as Pacheco, way out there, makes the play. As he calls off Shane McNamara, Pacheco ranging for the high pop. So the first batter of the inning flies out to the second baseman, you might say. Matty Warren, the number 9 hitter in the order, getting his first look tonight at Will Perkowski from the batter's box. First pitch swinging on one soft hop to the shortstop. Giuliano shows off that arm and just nips the base runner, Matty Warren, after he tried to beat that out, but doing just enough to get that ball over there in time was Giuliano. So another economical use of pitches by Perkowski as he gets a batter on one pitch. Took 4 pitches. He retired Morales, so that's pitch number 6 right there of the inning. A strike over the outside edge to the top of the order, Tyler Bastunas, who struck out his first time. Big hook there, stays inside, and it's 1-1. Top of the third inning, scheduled for 9. The pitch, pounded toward the shortstop hole, gobbling it up. O'Brien's spin throw is right on the money for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go the Bravehearts as we go to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless here at Holman Stadium. Can't even watch the dizzy bat race without getting dizzy at this age. A staple for minor league baseball, the dizzy bat race. Welcome back to Holman Stadium for bottom of the third inning. Who will score first? Who will get to third base first in this game? It's been dominated by pitching, including this guy, J.T. Robb, the starter for Worcester, has been excellent with 4 strikeouts in the last 5 hitters. Looking at strike one, Kyle DeRoma, the 8-9 hitters getting their first look at the starting pitcher for the Silver Knights, just as the Bravehearts. That's a hard hit line drive slicing down the line. It's going to be for extra bases as it rolls all the way to the wall. Matos gets it in quickly, but sliding in a second easily with the game's first extra base hit for the Silver Knights, Kyle DeRoma. A leadoff double here in the third. Well struck down the right field line as he went the other way on the fastball. Matos certainly got there quickly as the ball bounded right to the wall underneath the 3-11 sign and got it back in, but DeRoma was sprinting right out of the box, had no trouble making it to second base safely on the feet first slide. So opportunity knocks here for the Silver Knights and for Ryan Giuliano, the number 9 hitter, batting for the first time tonight with a runner in scoring position as he looks at a fastball high. 1-0. John Collins along with Tom King and Tim O'Neill, our cameraman here on this sunny Tuesday evening, June 20, one of the longest days of the year. Shadows getting a little bit longer, but sunshine will probably be with us for most of this one. It doesn't get dark till close to 9 p.m. this week. Hard hit toward the shortstop. Moving to his left, Tyler Bastunas makes the play. A little bit high on the throw, but Jack Thorbon had no trouble handling it. But it's an effective ground ball because it gets the lead runner to third with less than 2 out. Scampering to third base on the play was DeRoma as Giuliano grounds out. And now a chance for Luca Giolongo, who hit a slicing line drive to right for an out his first time up. Top of the order for the Silver Knights. First pitch swinging and base hit to center field. RBI single, Luca Giolongo, as DeRoma scores the first run of the game. 1-0. The Silver Knights lead it. Antonio Morales, the second baseman, may have had an idea of making a diving catch on that, but it carried pretty well past the infield and on into center. So Giolongo, a threat to steal on at first base. Silver Knights now leading 1-0. A leadoff double, a ground ball to move him over, and a base hit to center to knock him in. Jack McDermott drew a walk, a hard-earned walk, his first time up after falling behind in the count. He's heading the count here, 1-0. Big cut, fouls off the 90-mile-an-hour fastball to the left. 1-1. J.T. Robb ready to throw that ball as soon as he gets the new pill. He's ready to rock on the mound. Not too much fuss or bother in his delivery either. He picks up that front foot and puts it down. And there goes the runner, and he's going to be able to stand up. But Giolongo got a good jump, and he's got that tremendous speed. Ball goes to the backstop, so he could have waltzed down to second. Still call it a stolen base. I wonder if that does get erased. Scorers trivia. Runner was clearly stealing on the play. You could have called that a pass ball, perhaps. I think it was off the edge of the catcher's glove. Maybe he tried to throw it before he had it. Not an easy pitch to handle, but does a pass ball erase a stolen base? The inside move by J.T. Robb, not that much of a lead, not fooled, was Giolongo on a move that I think should be outlawed. It's just, if you're going to pick up your front foot with the back foot on the rubber, I think you should have to throw a pitch. But I'm biased as a batter base runner who once got picked off by that move. I was still in third base. The guy went to throw to second. He put his foot down, didn't throw to second. He threw it to the third baseman instead. I was like, that's legal? The 3-1. Grounded softly to the right side. Up with it. Antonio Morales makes the fairly easy play. 2 out. Another runner at third, though, for the Silver Knights.
Now batting from Colby College at third baseman, number 23, Brady O'Brien.
Brady O'Brien, Colby College ball player. Looks at a ball away. That's where I played in the early 80s, Colby, up in Maine. And certainly they have much better facilities now than they did then. They got the turf. I was able to go up and enjoy it last summer. Tour the new facilities. And it's in the same spot, but just no more mud puddles and snowbanks. They can just brush it right off and play in the even inclement weather on the turf. Beautiful. Hits it up into the fir trees off to the right, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Brady O'Brien. Trying to come up with a clutch 2-out RBI here with the man on third against a tough pitcher. JT Robb fires one low and away. Pitching O'Brien fairly carefully, the number 3 hitter in the Silver Knights order. Let's see if he gives him a pitch that he could do something with here on 3-1. He does. It's fly to right, though, and Matos seems to have it in his sights. Gloves it for out number 3. So the Silver Knights leave a base runner at third, but that's Giolongo who came up with the big hit to drive home the game's only run. 1-0. The Silver Knights lead it as we go to the top of the 4th here at Holman. So the Bravehearts will be trying to equal things up here in the 4th inning.
College, left fielder number 7.
A.J. Guindon is the batter for the Bravehearts as we go to the top of the 4th. Number 2 hitter in the order, to be followed by 3 and 4. Mark Willie and Jack Thorbon due up against Will Perkowski, who has been excellent through the first 3, allowing just 1 hit, and that could have been a fly ball out. It fell in front of the left fielder, Critchett, and turned into a double for Guindon, who's batting right now. And he looks at a strike. 1-1 is the count to the Braveheart left fielder. Swings and misses at that breaking ball. Very tempting, but it was a ball low in the end. And Perkowski gets him to chase. 1-2. A 6 o'clock start on a June 20. Sun's still very much a factor. And the fists a pop up to first base. Easy play for Shane Walkley. So 1 up and 4 pitches and 1 down. Gets the batter that got a hit off him last time with that leadoff out. And here is Mark Willie, who grounded out to second his first time up. Left-handed batter. He yields a lot of the plate on the inner part. He yields a lot of space, I should say, between him and the plate. Probably doesn't have too much trouble getting to that inside pitch, but maybe liable to have a tough time reaching that outer strike. 1-1 is the count. Let's see if the Silver Knights try to aim for that outside corner here on the 1-1 pitch. Looks like they set up there, and that one misses inside. 2-1. Kyle DeRoma, the Silver Knights catcher, was setting up over the inside corner. He kind of had a scramble to catch that fastball on the backhand inside. 2-1 is the count to Mark Willie. Pop up left side. It's going to be in foul territory for Brady O'Brien. Plenty of room, and that's out number 2. Perkowski inducing a couple of pop-ups here in the 4th inning.
Now batting from Northeastern University.
On either corner of the infield. Jack Thorbon, strikeout victim his first time up. One of 3 Ks that Perkowski has through 3 innings. Got 2 in the first. Big swing and a miss. Breaking ball there from Perkowski. Good mix of pitches and good command. Coming off a home run he hit in the Pittsfield game on Sunday. And a line drive to left is going to retire the side. Decently struck by Thorbon, but a little bit off balance too. And that makes it an easy play for Liam Critchett in left, running in to make the grab. So 3 up and 3 down in the Bravehearts' 4th inning. And moving right along to the bottom of the 4th here at Holman. 1-0, the Silver Knights lead. Do I hear Tom King back in the booth?
Hey.
Rustling around.
Yes.
There you are. So not too much action, but just enough maybe? Leo Giolongo with the big hit?
Yeah, Giolongo would have played at second. There was a
Yeah.
double. There was a slide on the double at second.
Yeah.
You know, so that
Good.
Giolongo first pitch swinging again. You know.
Yeah.
So it's too bad they couldn't. He moved around the bases pretty well, but too bad they couldn't get him home. But boy, Burkowski pitching very well right now.
Sure is.
Yeah.
We don't see any of those high school heart of the plate pitches we were talking
No,
about.
we don't, do we? And
No.
hey,
That's
look,
the key,
that's the
right?
sign of a good pitcher,
Sure.
right? Kid who takes the instruction because Kyle Jackson talked
Yeah,
to
he
him a
said,
little
don't
bit.
throw it down the middle, throw it on the
Yeah.
edges. I can do
But
that.
Now the question
There
I
you
have
go.
is, what was wrong with the mound?
Yes.
That's the question I
Now,
have.
I see. I'm seeing. I think maybe JT Robb, Bigfoot Robb out there was probably
He's
like
left a hole here,
like left
yeah.
a hole, and it was probably uncomfortable for Will Perkowski, and so I think maybe the third base coach and manager for Worcester mentioned, hey, he's not making contact with the rubber when he throws, and then the first base umpire said something, and Kyle Jackson went and said, show me what you're talking about,
Right.
and then they went out, and it was fairly quick.
Well, I was surprised. I was wondering if they were going to have the grounds crew come out and
Yeah, me too.
work on the mound
Yeah.
a little bit. So
And there was one point earlier when the 2 umpires went out there, and it looked like Jeff Kleiner cleaned the rubber with his flat-bottomed shoe, and dancing out of the way
Yeah.
of that pitch was Shane
if that's the
McNamara.
case, I think they get the
Yeah,
grounds crew in
yeah,
there.
exactly. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of curious thing that
I
happened.
don't know if Jim Mulvey is working tonight or not. I'm not sure who's doing the grounds tonight. I wasn't here pregame too much and didn't pay attention to who was out there.
The 1-1 pitch to Shane McNamara. Pounded fair,
There,
just
yep.
inside the bag. Scrambling over there. Thorbon makes the play. Got to it and got to the bag for the first out of the inning. John Collins along with Tom King and Tim O'Neill here on a Tuesday. We're on Channel 96, and we welcome our Hudson viewers.
Old-fashioned pitcher's duel tonight, right? That's what we're seeing.
Certainly are. Great matchup here from two tall right-handers.
See how many more innings they get.
Well, the way Perkowski's going, he's had some economy of pitches. He's had some innings where he's only thrown under 10 pitches.
Strikes, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to swing.
Right.
He's not, he was behind the count, I think, two hitters. 2-1 at one point, one hitter, I think.
Yeah. I
That
think
was
the most energy he has expended, he got 2 strikeouts in the first. And otherwise, he's getting the Greg Maddux treatment.
Here's the guy right here who's really been hot for this team is Shane Walkley. Of course, as soon as I say that, he waves at a pitch on the outside part.
And it's 1-2.
But you need a big hit. He's been getting them.
Certainly been kept off balance tonight by JT Robb, the Worcester starter. And there again, that's 91, like the bottom of the zone, the mix of pitches. Soft and hard, and with good command.
This is what you want to see, right? I mean,
yeah.
A lot of people want to see offense, but I enjoy a good pitcher's duel for obvious reasons, right? Quick speed.
I'd like to mix in a bomb.
Speed of the game.
Certainly,
yep.
Another off-speed pitch there had Walkley out in front, and a strikeout. That's 5th strikeout, number 5 of the game for JT Robb.
Yeah, they are not on Robb. He's changing speeds and really catching them off. I mean, they have waved at a lot of pitches in this game.
Yeah, definitely the best piece and hit was Kyle DeRoma, that double leading off last inning.
Yep.
Went with the fastball down opposite way inside the right field line, all the way to the wall. 0-1 is the count on Dylan Pacheco. Lined out to right.
Robb is working the plate very well, though. He's in, out, up, down.
Yeah.
Really kind of keeping them guessing.
And he doesn't need a pitch clock.
No, he sure doesn't.
Foul straight to the screen. This is total economy. I don't think he even takes 2 steps away from that rubber. He's back on it, looking for his sign.
Well,
he's a pick him up and put him down thrower. Oh, that curveball stays up.
There is a pitch clock. Technically, there is in this league because the umpires have their own, right?
Okay.
They count it, and they don't. I think I've seen there was a couple of violations last year. I think there was one this year.
Do you happen to know what the time limit is?
No, I don't. It's what the NCAA rule is.
Fisted high in the air.
And I don't know.
Is it playable?
Playable? No.
Ooh, kids
you gotta
didn't
be
even
careful.
know.
The little kid right there did not know.
Oh,
no one telling them.
There was 4 little kids right there.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to get up and
especially
make
the smallest one.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Just a note to adults when you come to Holman Stadium. Keep an eye where the balls might come down.
These kids are around. You need an adult down there with them.
You do, yeah. Somebody should have been there to ward off danger.
And I don't know if they belong to the 2 adults who are behind them.
I don't think so. From what I'm seeing, they didn't feel responsible for them, but they certainly look on it. Yeah, they were in danger.
Yeah, they were. No doubt about it.
That would have hurt. 3-2 is the count on Dylan Pacheco. Fouls it straight back and seen a lot of tough pitches here from JT Robb. Got to fight his way on base. Robb has faced just a few batters over the minimum. He has let up that run, but pop foul over to the right.
That foul ball is brought to you by Safeway Auto Glass. For shattered windshields to broken windows, choose Safeway.
Yeah, now they're moving away. Well, the little girl isn't moving away. I would not have the kids sit down there.
Yeah, you're right.
But they're with this group.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. They're with the adults.
Swung on a miss, strike 3.
Telling you, he is on. I mean, he changes speeds. He's doing everything. And they're going up there trying to figure him out, and they can't because he's all over with control. Not pitching quite to contact, just pitching. And that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too different from what I'm seeing in the top tier of the College World Series when I turn the TV on.
You see a lot of that. Of course, you don't hear the ping anymore, but that's the thing that we're seeing tonight, and same with Perkowski. So,
matter of fact, LSU
we played 4 here at Holman Stadium. It's 1-0 in favor of the Silver Knights.
As we go to the bottom of the top of the 5th, right?
Yes,
moving right along.
Yep.
So the LSU's got this pitcher that throws 102. And with great command, too. They say he could start. Paul Skeens, his name is, Skenes.
What year is he?
He is, I think he's a one and done.
Well, you have to be a certain year in the majors to get drafted. You just can't draft. It's not the NBA. You don't draft people anywhere out of college.
I'll tell you.
So you got to be a junior. You got to be at least a junior.
Right.
Or get drafted out of high school. I'm pretty sure that's the rule.
This fancy roster that LSU has online, they make you go through all the headshots and names before you get to the. Instead of just a list. But
Leading off the 5th for Worcester.
yeah, he's just beyond impressive. That guy.
That was on that was one of my pet peeves with the website. I haven't talked to John Good about it yet, but the website for the Hockey All-Star Game. Now we had programs that were great. They had the list of kids and what club they played for or what school they played for, but also where they were from. Because the problem is online, they just had pictures of the players, and they would say where they went to school, but not where they were from. And, of course, what's the problem, you ask? The problem is if they go to a prep school, you don't know where they're from.
Paul Skenes is a junior, 6'6", 247.
And he's eligible to be drafted.
Yeah. He's going to make a lot of money in his baseball career.
Well, he may make a lot of money in about another month.
Yeah. Ground ball right side, base hit. And going with the pitch.
Yeah, well, they
Andrew Chronister.
Played Chronister to pull, so there was a hole between first and second, and he took advantage of it, and he's got a base hit. Now, Worcester has the leadoff man on, which, 1-0 game is never good for the opposition.
True. Worcester has not had a runner past to third base, I think, in this game.
That's only their second hit. Their other hit was the misplay, the dive on the bloop to lead off the game. They survived that. Runner at second, nobody out. They survived that one.
They did. Matos, big swing. He struck out his first time up and swings through that pitch from Will Perkowski. Very modest lead over at first base by Chronister.
Well, Perkowski works quickly as well to the plate, so not as quick as Rob, but fairly quick. So let's see how he pitches with men on. He pitched pretty well with men on base in the first inning. Let's see how he does it here. But you think that Worcester's going to have something in motion.
Check out the lead.
No, not there.
No, Joe Morgan would not be happy with that lead.
Again, I always say when that foot is on the point, furthest away from first base, that's when you think that they're having a shot at going.
Exactly right.
There's not much speed at first base.
Back in the Big Red Machine days, remember the cutouts they had for the Reds, those awful cookie cutter stadiums? But you could tell if a guy got his foot on that cutout of the carpet, caught looking was Matos.
Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati.
Riverfront, there it is, yeah.
Riverfront Stadium.
And Joe Morgan used to almost get both feet on it just dive back.
The two stadiums that looked exactly alike.
Phillies?
Veteran Stadium in Philadelphia. 3 stadiums looked alike. Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, and then Riverfront in Cincinnati.
Yes, they were.
All in the all in the NL.
I know. And the Kansas City kind of like too.
Yeah, the National League though had more. Back when we were growing up in the '70s, they had more AstroTurf fields than
broken bats, and that's going to be
drop.
a base hit. Yep. I think it was a broken bat, and it aided that because it didn't carry to the glove of Critchett. So mixing in a strikeout is Perkowski, but a bit of a jam here, first and second with one out.
Let's see if Perkowski turns up on the velocity a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Let's see if he can do that.
Kobe Stenson got that base hit, and Antonio Morales, number 8 hitter, is the batter. He popped up to second his first time up. Second time through the order for Worcester, looking for their first run. Silver Knights lead it 1-0.
See that little windup there by...
That was new.
Yeah, that was new as he turned towards second.
Yeah.
To check the runner.
Stuck a little El Tiante in there.
Yeah, a little. That was a little something different. He's pitching out of the stretch, but
yeah,
still.
And he came pretty quick that time.
Now that's a good pitch with movement. That pitch looked like it was going to be inside,
and it tailed over the inside corner.
It tailed the opposite way.
It was great. That was a two-seam fastball.
I haven't seen a pitch like that in a while.
John Roper's favorite pitch.
Yeah, the problem with Rope was he couldn't get it over the plate enough.
Strike 3. You didn't see many of the strike 3s from Roper, is that what you're saying?
Here and there.
He was Deion Sanders' teammate back in the early 90s.
Yeah, it was. Boy, Deion Sanders falling some hard physical times, huh? With his condition in his legs.
That's Exhibit A for getting old, isn't it? I mean, he's one of the fastest guys on the planet when he was young, right? 2 sports. Pretty good at both sports, too. Even baseball, man. He could fly.
Yeah, he could.
And now, going to lose a foot, it sounds like.
He avoided that a couple of years ago,
and
then now it's evidently it's time. First and second, 2 out.
Matty Warren, the number 9 hitter, certainly didn't get cheated on that. 1-1 is the count to the Bravehearts center fielder, Matty Warren. So there's I got 5 strikeouts for Perkowski.
Yep.
6 strikeouts for JT Robb on the other side. Just missing the backdoor curve. So instead of 1 and 2, it's 2 and 1.
Yeah, this is a rare sight. You look up at the board and see Perkowski down in the count.
I think about the only time I saw Kyle DeRoma, the catcher, look back and say something to Jeff Kleiner.
This is almost like a 3-1 pitch for him because he's not used to being behind. Yep, see a fastball down the middle of the plate.
Straight up the chute.
Yep.
And the left fielder, the shortstop, Giuliano.
Man, I'm telling you.
He had it all the way.
Oh, that's a tough play because I'll tell you what, if he drops it, 2-run score.
2-run score.
Yep.
That would have been big. But Ryan Giuliano makes the play a few inches above the grass.
Wow.
And we have the 3rd out of the inning.
Yes, we do.
Bravehearts strand 2.
That was close. Whoa. Interesting.
Yes.
Well, 4.5 innings. That was the 5th. It was the 5th. Yes, it was. Yep.
Right.
4.5 innings. I don't know why they don't put the 0 up there, but 4.5 innings we've played, gone halfway through with a 1-0 Silver Knights lead here on a relatively cool June night.
It does not meet the standards, the Tom King standards for June 20.
It doesn't. No. This is June 20, not May 20.
Exactly.
Not April 20. Okay?
Right.
It's time for summer to arrive at some point. I think it is going to get here Thursday or Friday. But it's time we get a little bit of summer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this is getting ridiculous. If I hear the phrase upper level low one more time when I watch a weather forecast, I'm going to scream. I mean, it rained here in Nashua around 1 o'clock. A brief shower.
Yeah.
Cloudy, then sunny, then cloudy. It was just, didn't know what it would be like for this game, but it's a beautiful night. I mean, look, the cool weather's refreshing, don't get me wrong, but some summer heat would make us feel a little bit more at home. And I believe, if not mistaken, John, we have a new pitcher for Worcester.
We do.
Yeah.
Well, after a dominant first few innings, he did let up the 1 run. JT Robb departs with 6 strikeouts and gives way to another hard-throwing right-hander, looks like, for the Bravehearts.
Number 25. Let's see.
So, let's see,
No
do I have the
announcement
Silver
yet.
Knights, Worcester Bravehearts roster. Dylan Vieg, UMass Amherst freshman from Leominster, 6'3", 200-pound right-handed thrower.
So that means,
V-I-G-U-E.
well, that means he's an incoming freshman.
Yes.
So he's a high school pitcher from the Leominster area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, he's got a live
What
arm.
school? Where's he going to?
He's going UMass Amherst, staying in his
All right.
territory over there.
All right.
So, probably not too different velocity-wise from what the Silver Knights have been seeing from Robb.
No, the problem wasn't the velocity; it was the change in
It
speeds.
was,
That
yeah.
was the thing.
Like you said, he was pitching.
Yeah, he was.
He was
it was
pitching
an
really
artist
well.
at work. So, I mean, look, we're not giving the guy who threw 5 shutout innings enough to either. Perkowski, even though he gave up 3 hits, but 2 of them.
I know. Is he coming out too?
2 of them were blue.
I don't know.
I
Like,
hope not.
Yeah, I mean,
but
too.
that's about the limit, and there is bullpen activity now.
They're stirring.
They are stirring in the bullpen, so someone is going to be
Yeah.
out there throwing.
I guess I should have picked up
Well,
on the
maybe
fact
not.
that
No,
Worcester
whoever's
had
theirs.
bullpen activity, because I doubt that
whoever's there's putting on
V
whoever
came
was-
in without warming up.
Right, but whoever was moving
Yeah.
was just putting on a jacket. So I
Yeah,
don't
just
think
for the change in temperature, I guess that's
yeah,
all
I
that
don't
was
think
there.
it's not- yeah, it's the October weather we have
Yeah.
in June.
Yeah, they were listening to you. They said, well, yeah, you know what? Tom's right. It is cold. I'm putting a
Oh,
jacket
it's
on.
ridiculous, John.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
How's the pool doing?
Are you kidding me? If I want to take a cold shower, forget it. I'll just jump in the pool.
Yeah. So throwing hard, 92, but Dylan Vieg misses his first 2 pitches, misses the
See,
strike
that's,
zone.
that's what Rob wasn't doing. Rob was throwing strikes.
Yep. So the Silver Knights with the bottom of the order up there.
Need to pounce on this. You need to take advantage of if you're Nashua on the change in pitchers, because the first guy that was
95.
up there could not hit.
Yeah.
I mean, you could not hit. So very well.
Pounded foul to the left, and it is a 2-2 count to Liam Critchett.
Yeah.
Struck out his first time
This
up.
is the first time I've seen him. I'm going to find out a little bit more about Liam Critchett.
Swings through that fastball, and an impressive first strikeout for Vieg into the game.
Has he struck out twice?
Yes.
Yeah. My guess is to find out what year he is. But he's definitely not able to catch up to what he's seen so far.
Kyle DeRoma,
The double.
the double and the run scored. The difference in this game, the number 8 hitter. Let's see if he can take one of the Dylan Vieg fastballs the other way. Gets tied up and pounds a foul. Just wide of the bag.
Well, Vieg's got some movement on his pitches. There's no question about it. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
He's definitely, now you know why he's in the game.
UMass Amherst picked up a
Yeah,
good
he's-
one here, it
he's-
looks like.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah. A freshman incoming. And another big kid, 6'3", 200. Facing Kyle DeRoma. Oh, he got frozen on that breaking ball. Might have been a slider at 88. And 1-2 is the count. Probably a pitch that Kyle didn't know Dylan Vieg had. 1-2, they set up over the outer part, and he gets a piece of it.
Not enough of it.
Bastunas throwing on the run, nicely done by
Yeah.
the Worcester shortstop.
Just-
2 out.
Looked like it. I don't know if the bat is broken or not. It didn't sound good off the bat, and
No, it was just off the end. I don't think
Yeah.
he broke it.
Didn't have a lot of velocity on the hit.
Right, that was
So
the change of speeds. So,
yep.
it was effective.
See, it looked like Luca Giolongo got a fastball right away,
He did.
and he pounced
Yeah.
on it. So
like upper
that's-
outer and
right?
he-
So that's the RBI hit.
He put the barrel to look out.
Yep. Boy, I'll tell you, I was right down there a
Yeah.
while ago. There's no safe area in this stadium. There
Not
is
really.
no safe
We
area.
saw those kids right in the
I
first
saw
row
a
behind the
kid get
net.
hit with one of those one day.
Oh,
a few
right.
years ago at a Silver Knights game. She was
Yeah.
just sitting there, and
Yeah. See, I'm looking at. I've had little girls and I got granddaughter. You don't want to put your fingers in the netting down there. You see the same area,
Right? Yeah.
Because the ball, it's 1 in a million, but the ball could still come over and hit your knuckles.
Cannot, yeah, exactly.
Big swing and 1-1.
No, 1-2.
1-2. Sorry, that was the second strike on Ryan Giuliano. Grounded out to short, his first time up. Fielders haven't had a lot to do in this game. Missing the outside corner. Tyler Bastunas has handled the only 2 chances that he has had at shortstop. Ball's gone to right field a lot. Pitch. It's up and in.
Took something off it.
Yeah.
He probably would have been better off throwing the heat. Now he's gone 3-2.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't go with the heat here.
He's going to go with the heat and try to get it upstairs, I think.
He has touched 95 on the Holman gun.
Let's see here. Yep, the heat, and it's grounded up the middle.
And Pastunas smoothly to his left and makes the play. So 3 up and 3 down for the Silver Knights here. The game continues to be well pitched. Even after Worcester goes to the bullpen, it's still a 1-0 game as we go top 6.
Very well pitched game. And you don't get a ton of those in this league. Brokowski's coming out for one more inning. That'll probably be it. Often these Futures League games, just like any other baseball game, even on the professional level, are a couple of games in one, right?
Yeah.
You know, with the bullpens. Because once you get into that bullpen, it all depends on how things are going. And, that's always an issue. So, game tends to slow down a little bit once you hit the 7th inning after you get out of 6. So we'll see what tomorrow brings in terms of pitchers. I'm not quite sure. I don't know who the probables are. I didn't get here in time to talk to Kyle Jackson ahead of time. So, but they've got to come up with somebody for 2. They've got to come up with a second pitcher tomorrow, a second starter. And they usually don't burn both rotation guys, because this is different. It's not every 5-day thing for these pitchers. It's like once a week you're going to pitch.
Yeah.
Because what they do in college. So, so it's a little different. So they'll have to see who they can grab and start in one of the games tomorrow, whether it be game 1 or game 2.
Tyler Bastunas draws leadoff duty for the Worcester Bravehearts here in the top of the 6th as they continue hunting for their first run. Down 1-0 here at Holman Stadium. The second place Worcester Bravehearts, 3 games behind the league leading Vermont team, which again,
the Vermont Lake Monsters.
Lake Monsters looking
Centennial
for a title.
Centennial Field in Vermont, which will be the site of the Futures Collegiate League All-Star Game this year.
They must do a lot of
tried to bring it back into Roma, but didn't work.
Staying at generous people's houses in Vermont. The Vermont summer rentals are unbelievably expensive.
Are they really?
This time of year? Yeah.
I'll tell you what. And I don't know about Vermont. They may stay at UVM because they're right there. That's where they play.
Oh yeah.
There should
maybe get some dorm living.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably perfect. That would be the way to do it if I were them.
St. Michael's College, maybe that'd be great.
Yeah, I would think so.
That's a good idea.
I believe.
Hammer toward the shortstop
nice
hole,
play.
diving play. Throw to first.
There
O'Brien
we
with
go.
the gem of the game.
That's a great play by O'Brien. He timed it well. We're thinking it's going to go in the outfield, and no.
Wow.
Yep.
Absolutely robbed. Tyler Bastunas at the top of the order up for the 3rd time is hitless thanks to Brady O'Brien.
That's a great play. This is the kind of defense we weren't seeing the start of the season. And we're seeing it now because we've got regulars out there. So it's a big deal. But I'll tell you what, John, there was a story in the Globe today, Boston Globe today, on page 1 about the Cape and how there's
How that's expensive?
No. Well, yes and no.
Yeah.
there are plenty.
Line
There's
drive,
a line
right field,
base hit.
and base hit.
Yep, there are
A.J. Guindon.
plenty of rentals available.
Really?
Yes.
Because of the weather?
Well,
And the
not
prices?
so much. I think it's a lot of it's attributed to the prices.
Yeah.
And because it was the boom and inflation and everything else, and now people are saying, I don't think we're going to spend that much.
Oh, man, they want crazy amounts for like a single night for a shack down there.
Yep.
I mean, you're not on Nantucket either, like Inner Cape and
so
stuff.
that and I guess the fact that a lot of people were, the last couple of years were all, ready to get out after, with COVID lessening and wanted to travel and travel and travel. Well, it's out of their system now, right?
Right.
So
there goes the runner. And it's a foul pop over to the left, so
hit and run was
Guindon
on.
will have to go back. Yep.
Hit and run was on, which is what you do against a pitcher like Perkowski because he throws strikes. So if you're going to do it, it's a good idea to hit and run. So, but that's what's going on down there. That's the story. So it was a very interesting story, and I was like, whoa. And for a night, this caught my attention. For a night, some of the prices were as high as $600 for a night. And that used $600, $650 for one night. Okay, so multiply that by 7, and the other thing is that the other line that got me was that's what it used to be years ago for a week. For a week.
For a week. Yes. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know where people are. I don't know how inflation happened because people must have been making a lot of money off of COVID. I don't know how, but I mean they were.
I think the Cape rentals and those rentals are a function of there's so many people that want them now. It's just supply and demand. The runner goes, good throw to second, and he got him.
Got him.
Kyle DeRoma guns down A.J. Guindon. Tag applied by Ryan Giuliano, and that ends the inning. And the Worcester threat, it's still a 1-0 game. Silver Knights lead.
We are seeing some defense to go with the pitching. Not bad.
Yeah, diving stop and a play by Tyler Bastunas at third.
Yep.
And single, Scott Stealing. Impressive inning there for Will Perkowski.
Now, as we see, Love is gone. Early in the year, some of these guys didn't know what to do, how to do it. They didn't go through it evidently in orientation, right?
Right.
So. Now you see a lot of people with hoodies on and long sleeves. And it's just, John, this is just depressing. It's just depressing.
Yeah.
Of course, Tim O'Neill and I spent 4 or 5 hours at an ice rink the other night. It was cold.
Oh, boy. It was, but it was up in Concord, right?
Yeah, no, it hooks it. Hooks it. Close.
Yeah.
Hooks it. So
I forgot where I was. I looked at that last year.
Tri-Town Arena. But Tim O'Neill was a happy guy, John. You know why?
Why?
He got fed.
He did? Well, that's all he needs.
Yeah, he got fed, and he got to have fries, and he was very happy about that.
It's the least you can do for the guy.
Yeah.
Doing a hockey doubleheader on Father's Day.
Yeah, and from talking to John Good, that's probably the date it's going to be.
Stay there?
Yeah, probably will stay there. He said that a lot of people, a lot of the fathers were happy that they were able to watch their kid play hockey on Father's Day. I'd be more happy, watching the U.S. Open or sitting out in the sun.
That's what I did. I watched the U.S. Open.
Yeah. Well, a little different this year, having it out in California.
So there's been one run batted in the game, and it belongs to this young man, Luca Giolongo. Leadoff batter in the Silver Knights order. Coming up for the third time tonight.
Now they're in. Now they move in on the grass on Giolongo. They weren't earlier.
At least the third baseman is.
Boy, guarantee you can see Giolongo. He's going to swing at the first pitch.
Yeah, and he swung over the top of that fastball at 91.
If he drops one down to the first base side.
They say no swing.
Go. I disagree.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I disagree. I think
might have got away with one there.
I think he did.
So it's 1-1.
I think he did because the ump wasn't watching.
No. Yeah, you got probably just guessed, right? Look out inside, 2-1. Dylan Vig, who came in In relief.
The Giolongo wanted to come to Nashua because he wanted to play closer to where his school is, up in Henniker.
Pounds it
So,
off the
and
plate.
he's not
foul.
from up there, but I don't know if he's going to classes up there at all. But he was saying, I guess early in the season it was a pain in the neck going back and forth to Westfield because he was at Westfield.
Yeah.
So he wanted to be a little closer to home. So
Sure.
he's from Mass somewhere, I think.
2-2 battling against Dylan Veig here to open things in the bottom of the 6th. Fouled it off of, was it the home plate umpire's mask?
All right, you're Giolongo, or you're watching Giolongo. You're not Giolongo. You're watching Giolongo. He's got 2-2, so he's got to protect the plate. But he's a leadoff hitter. If I were him, wouldn't you take a few more pitches? He swings an awful lot.
You know what? That first one that he swung at, I think it might have been a strike on
Yeah,
the
I think
inside
it was.
corner.
I think it was, but
sometimes you don't have a choice.
That's
you know?
true.
They take it away from you.
Yeah.
They just come right after you. 2-2. High in the air to right. Shallow.
Little too
Matos is
high.
going to call off the second baseman, make the play. Antonio Morales was out there. Good communication. And a pop out to start things in the 6th. 1 up, 1 down.
I'll tell you what, though, if that third baseman was playing back,
Yeah.
I'd drop one, not with 2 strikes.
But
I'd
even
drop
like you
one
said,
down.
Tom, if you drop one down on the grass where maybe the third baseman still has to run another 30, 40 feet to get it,
I really.
he's going to beat it out, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Even if he's in a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah. And that first pitch, that actually was a perfect pitch to bunt third base side, if you're thinking about it.
For Giolongo,
Yes. Yeah.
not for McDermott. Giolongo with his speed will beat a lot of that out.
Throwing some gas here.
Well, that
90s.
time he took a little off on that pitch, I think. I don't think he
It
got.
kind of did look like it, but it said 95 on the screen.
Yeah, I don't care what it said. that ball broke a little inside. And
Yeah.
McDermott was out in front of it. That was way out.
Yeah. And that looked faster, but that was 90, they said. And missed way outside. Jack McDermott from Amherst College trying to get on base.
Did a walk-off
As
in
he's
game
already done
2 of
twice.
the finals last year, and then a set-up, not a walk-off, but set up to go ahead Kyle Wolf home run in the deciding game. So he'll always have a spot in Silver Knights lore as the MVP of the finals.
Yeah. So the Silver Knights with only 2 hits, Tom. They made him count, though, huh?
Yep, but McDermott
In
walks.
same inning?
McDermott walks for the second time in this game.
So he's on base with 1 out.
He hadn't shown much power during the regular season, and then last year he gets to New Britain, and if I'm not mistaken, that night he hit 2 home runs. I was there, and he just powered it out.
So fresh off his fine defensive play in the top half of the 6th, there's Brady O'Brien. First pitch swinging, fouls it off to the right.
By the way, John Collins, I'll give a little plug to another team that we broadcast. We've done a couple of games for the International Soccer Club of Nashua.
Yeah.
Their Eagles are in the UPSL New England Division semifinals.
Wow.
As they won a playoff game on Saturday night, beating Bridgeport 2-1. And they will go to play a team called Boston Street that plays in Revere. They'll be down in Revere on Saturday night.
Then
There's
it's
a
the
pitch.
top of the mid and goes to the
Yep.
backstop, and down to second base goes McDermott.
Yes. Pass ball, wild pitch.
Pass ball.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah.
too. Yep.
I don't know if that was a cross up or what, but
It looked like it, didn't it?
yeah,
Looked like he was not ready for that pitch.
right. Might
But
have thought he was getting the break ball.
1
get
and
the
2
fastball.
on O'Brien. Now let's see if O'Brien can take advantage of this.
They set up on the inside corner. He misses to the
Wow.
dirt outside. That's a
Now-
wild pitch.
Now all O'Brien, that one
Yeah.
sure was.
So it's 2 and 2.
Now all O'Brien, what he's overthrown. He just needs
Yeah.
to shorten up his stride. But now all O'Brien's got to do is get this ball in the air, fairly, mid outfield, and you're going to have another run.
See if he can get that runner home from third with the 1 out.
I'm
The 2-2. High to center.
I don't know if
it
that's
could
gonna
be
do
deep
it.
enough.
Is it? I don't know.
They're going to
McDermott's
challenge.
Gonna try?
No, they're not. And the throw is a
And
good
that's
one.
why you don't challenge.
Ooh. Matty Warren uncorked a beautiful throw after he caught that shallow fly on the run.
He would have been
there was no chance.
outstanding up on the baseline.
Yeah, he would have been.
Yep.
Yep. So not enough there behind that
Nope.
shot to center by O'Brien to get the run home.
Good
It is the
idea
second
by
out.
both
Yeah.
Kyle Jackson and McDermott not to go. McDermott goes to Amherst. He's got to be smart, right?
Yeah. That's low. 1-0 is the count to Shane McNamara. Grounded out to the third baseman. Thorbon made a nice play on him. Take a hit away just inside the line. Fouls it off to the left, and it's 1-1. He got a fastball inner part of the plate. Just couldn't get to it. He's seen a lot of those fastballs on the inside corner from both the starter, Rob, and now Vieg. The 1-1. And took a lot off of that. Tops it. It's 1-2. So Dylan Vieg is one pitch away from wiggling out of a mini jam here. Doesn't want to give up another run in a 1-0 game.
Ooh.
Line drive, and everybody's got a duck. The base runner, the umpire.
But that's what McNamara can do. He can take it the other way with authority. The only problem is he's down the count now 1-2. So if I'm them, I tie him up. See how they pitch him.
Yeah. The 1-2 pitch on the way.
They did. They went inside a little bit.
Change up?
Took a little bit off it.
Yeah.
But they did it inside. Wouldn't let him extend. See, if McNamara extends, that's when he's dangerous. Because he's a tall guy. He's got a big, he's got long arms and a good swing.
Let's see if he tries to blow it by him again.
Does, and he got him.
Oh, wow. That was a nasty pitch.
Yeah, but you know what, John? You got to
hit
you
that.
got to
Yeah.
you got to swing at
Well,
that.
he could have taken the other way like we were just talking
You
about.
got to swing at that. Have a plan. Take it the other way.
Right.
Look to go the other way in this league. You have success. So
Silver Knight Strand guy at third.
Yep. Waste a run. Let's see who's coming out to pitch. I don't think it's going to be Prokowski. It is not. They're coming in from the bullpen.
Yep.
And
So
it is
good
a
job,
it
to
is
say
a
the
le-
least, by Will Perkowski.
And it is a left-hander.
It is.
I think. Is it?
And looks like not a 6'5" guy either.
No, I don't know if it's Misig. Misig's not a lefty though. So unless he just had the glove on the other hand for whatever reason.
Oh, maybe he did.
It doesn't look like Misig from a distance.
5945. That is your lucky ticket. Come down the first base side to claim your prize.
Number 20.
No, not Misig. But it is a right-hander.
Yeah, the Silver Knights go to the bullpen. How about that performance, though, Tom, by Will Perkowski?
Just the best. Well, I think probably the best start. Braden Gray had a pretty good start.
Yeah.
Corey O'Day from Nashua South, John, who is a pitcher for the South.
Oh, what a treat.
Yep.
Corey O'Day, hometown kid, gets the pitch here on Nashua ETV.
Well, he came in with Misig last
Again?
year. They pitched in a league in New York State, and they were pretty much done at the season. A lot of leagues end much earlier than Nashua, and so Misig and O'Day were almost like a package deal. And of course, Alex Misig, O'Day pitched pretty well for the Silver Knights, but Misig is well known for what he did in Game 2 of the finals when he came in and shut down Vermont after they had taken a 4-0 lead, and then allowed Nashua to rally and catch up and eventually win the game.
Well, I got to think that Worcester's happy not to see any more of Will Perkowski.
I think so too. But Nashua hasn't been able to take advantage of their pitching change with Worcester. So let's see if Worcester can do it with Nashua.
Yeah. You know, the Silver Knights have a all-you-can-eat deal where you get a ticket and you can eat all you want for $25.
Yes, I do. Yep.
So if you are especially hungry for baseball and for dinner, you might think about that during maybe the doubleheader that starts at 3 o'clock tomorrow, or the games on Thursday and Friday. At 6 o'clock starts all week here, the Silver Knights at Holman Stadium. A great deal of fun, too. Well, the Vermont Lake Monsters are looking for another championship. The Silver Knights are going to have to work really hard to get back there, though, Tom, huh? 6-16
Dug
right now.
themselves quite a hole, and they've got time to dig out of it, but they can't get any worse. So O'Day, let's see if he's got velocity. We can see that he's 285 there, but let's see him throw strikes. Need strike throwers out of the pen there, and they're going to have a progression of pitchers coming in.
Thorban with a big cut.
Yep.
1-1 is the count.
If I were to say their top 3 relievers, well, they've got Gemma, who's pretty good, Michael Gemma.
Yeah.
My choices are Bing Bang Boom would be Misig, who pitched the other day, so that's probably why he's not in. Misig, then Gitcher, and then George Welch. And you're familiar with George Welch, who can fire it out of SNU. George Welch is on the Silver Knight lifetime plan. He was a Silver Knight back in 2019.
Wow. I didn't know you could do that.
Well, it depends on the college eligibility,
right,
John, and they're handing them out like candy with eligibility years after COVID. This quote Cam Cook.
This is in foul territory, I believe. It's a long run for everybody. Getting there and making the play, Liam Critchett.
That's a good play by Critchett. You had your eyes on it. And, John, if we're talking about food, well, guess what's coming our way?
Really? Well, maybe just for Tom King. But it does smell good. Andrew Chronister, the batter. So Thorban flies out to foul territory. He was at the plate when Guindon got caught stealing to end the previous inning. We're in the top of the 7th, and the bats are getting limited here for that opposite side of the infield. Up with it is Pacheco, makes the play easily on Chronister. 2 up and 2 down here in the Worcester 7th. They're looking for a base runner, looking for a run to tie this thing up, but this pitching staff for the Silver Knights has other ideas. Kevin Matos up there for the 3rd time tonight, looking to put a ball in play for the first time, as he's been struck out twice. That's down and in as O'Day missed his spot. Clearly see Kyle DeRoma set up for a fastball in the outside corner, and the ball was in the dirt inside. 1-0 the count to Matos, trying to get on base with 2 outs. Very high to left field.
Gotta have a beat on it, though.
Yeah, it was up there forever for Critchett.
There must
He makes
be
the play.
some kind of a wind or something that's up there, upper level wind, because
the wind is blowing up today, Tom.
Yeah,
the pop-ups
exactly. I know they're having trouble with some of that. So
amazing how many pop-ups in this
O'Day
game.
comes in and it didn't take a day.
No, same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 3 up and 3 down. To the bottom of the 7th we go after the 7th inning stretch. Tom got up and stretched around. I forgot to do it.
And we gave people a little treat of the tunes from DJ Petey Pete. Even when he's not here, his music lives on, right?
It sure does, yeah. So it's Shane Walkley, Dylan Pacheco, and Liam Critchett due up for the Silver Knights as they look for insurance runs in a 1-0 game. The Silver Knights lead it. They had a RBI single by Luca Giolongo back in the 3rd inning, the game's only scoring. Plated Jack McDermott. Kyle DeRoma scored. He had the leadoff double.
DeRoma with a double and scored on the base hit by Giolongo.
That's been it.
Yep. And
all
that was
great pitching otherwise.
And that was first pitch swinging by Giolongo on that base hit.
Seen a lot of 1 and 2 counts tonight.
Man, have we ever?
Dylan Veig going right after him on 1 and 2.
Walkley is going to swing the bat.
Yep.
If I'm him, I pull the string. Walkley's sitting dead red. I pull the string. I pull the string.
Well, it's happened to him twice, Tom.
Yep, and I think it's going to happen a 3rd time. Let's see.
2 strikeouts and 2 times up
this
for Walkley.
This is the catcher's call here. No, didn't do it.
No, he didn't pull a string either. It was 90s, 93. It says at the gun.
Try one of those backdoor pitches, maybe. I don't know. You're up 1 and 2. Walkley's up there hacking away. I change it up on him. He's looking for something.
And the pitch just misses. Certainly Veig thought he had
Veig wanted that. He thought he had it, and
took a little protest walk. Around the mound.
Kleiner said no. Not only a protest walk, a turn around and look back at the umpire. It's not going to win you many close balls.
The 2-2.
That's another pitch you wanted. That's the pitch I would have thrown him earlier.
And the reason he didn't get that one, Tom?
Because he moaned and groaned about the other one.
You know it, man. That was could have went either way.
No doubt about it.
Guess which way it went. And that was strike 3, though.
Yep.
Oh, and that's one you can't take if you're Walkley,
You can't.
right?
If you're Walkley, you got to know it's coming. And you know what? It was the exact same pitch as before.
Oh, so many strikeouts now by Worcester pitching. I'm looking at it was 6 by JT Robb to start, and now that's the 3rd strikeout in 2 innings.
I have 9, but I missed a couple of hitters, so I may be off.
Oh, no, you're right. There's 9 total.
9 total. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm just saying 3 by Veig and 6 by Robb.
9 strikeouts in 6 1/3.
Yeah. And yes, he did. It's 0-2.
Yeah, no, he did.
Dylan Pacheco.
Didn't think so.
Trying to avoid striking out for the 2nd time. 4 hits for the Worcester Bravehearts, 2 hits for the Silver Knights. Each team's got a double mixed in. Lofted to shallow right. The second baseman's going to get there. And the first baseman, too. Yeah,
Foul
too high.
Territory.
Jack Thorbond.
A lot of pop-ups in this game. And what does that tell you, John? They're swinging late.
Off balance, too.
They're swinging late. Off balance, swinging late.
Yep. So 2 up and 2 down in the Silver Knights' 7th, and that will bring up Liam Critchett, still trying to put a ball in play tonight. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
I think.
Looking at Dylan Veig for the first time. Hard thrower from Leominster.
Now I can, knowing that Critchett is the left fielder, now that late jump makes sense. He's not used to the stadium. This is his first game here, I'm pretty sure.
Big swing and a pitch that might have been just off the plate. Fastball tailing away. 1-1. There's always fireworks on Friday. Here's a big swing and a miss, and 1-2.
Yeah, I'll miss those this Friday.
Yeah.
I'll be at.
But also, there is no Friday game. Oh, there's a Friday game.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'll be at, there's 4 straight games here. Yep.
So put that down.
5 straight games here. It's just 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll be at St. A's, the Chad game.
Oh, another strikeout. Veig records 2 in the inning as he gets Liam Critchett.
Critchett is clearly overmatched. I don't know if he's an incoming freshman or not, but clearly at the plate, just not able to do it. He's clearly overmatched. Struck out 3 times.
Unfortunately, yeah.
My guess is if he's up, if there's a key spot in the game and there's runners on base and he's due up, that he won't be facing anybody. He'll pitch hit.
So to the 8th inning we go.
Friday night, the annual East-West Chad High School Football All-Star Game.
Oh, yeah. You're going.
A lot of local. Well, I have to. A lot of local players. About 20. Now, just because they're on the roster doesn't mean they're actually playing or there. But 21 listed from the area, from the National Telegraph coverage area on the roster. We're usually used to maybe 10.
What's the venue for that?
St. A's Grapponi Stadium.
St. A's in Goffstown.
Yeah, and that was last year. It was a noon game. It was a midday game, and it was the hottest day of June.
I was just going to look up the weather for Goffstown on Friday night.
It's supposed to be warm.
It's going to be a night game that you said, right?
Well, 6 o'clock game, so it'll probably be over with just as it's getting dark.
Okay.
But it'll be warm. I think the temperature's supposed to hit close to 90.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, the one night you want it to be cool, right? For football?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's Friday the 23rd. I looked up Goffstown weather. It said it's going to be 77 for the high that day.
Ooh, I don't think so.
No? Maybe this particular forecaster is not the
Well,
one
let's
you
see.
looked at.
I mean, early in the week it looked like it was going to be really hot. So let's see. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 79
Maybe,
is the high.
maybe 70 by nighttime.
I thought we were supposed to get
I think
really hot, and that must be delayed.
That's
or whatever.
Saturday and Sunday, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was
Sunday.
a lot of heat in the middle of the country. We were supposed to get it by Thursday, and it's not even Thursday. Thursday, the high is 73. Oh, for crying out loud! Come on.
I know, huh?
We get some warm weather in here, please. God, unbelievable.
So this might be a pinch hitter. The batting stance looks new to me. Number 63 for the Bravehearts, as they try to get something going here in the 8th inning. Very high to left center. That's the theme. High pops, high flies. Critchett's there. One up, 2 pitches, and 1 down here in the 8th. As the Worcester pinch hitters retired. I think that was Peterson that said on the back of his jersey. And here's Morales. Kobe Stenson was due up in that spot. Maybe there was Stenson. But Worcester's not been able to break through. I think they have not had a runner get to third in this game. Ball outside to Antonio Morales, who has popped to second and struck out. The 8th hitter in the order. 1-0, the Silver Knights lead it in an extremely well-pitched game. Morales jackknifes out of the way of that inside fastball, and it's 2-0 to the Bravehearts' second baseman. That's what was that pitch? Ball 3.
Haven't seen too much of that. 3-0 count.
I think that this is crazy to say. That might be our first 3-0 count of the game.
Yeah, it definitely is. No doubt about it. We have not had a 3-0 count the entire game. Double barrel action, let's see, in the bullpen.
And a 4-pitch walk.
walk by O'Day.
Morales takes the base.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing to do because Morales is going to have speed, right?
Yeah.
He looks fast. He's small. He looks like he can run. It's going to be tough.
So he represents the tying run if the Bravehearts can get him all the way around.
They're going to move him. I mean, they're going to run him.
With 1 out, they're probably more likely to run.
Probably hit and run.
Warren up.
Warren up.
O'Day's pitch is swung on and missed.
So O'Day works quickly. Let's see how quickly he works out of the stretch.
See what kind of move he has, maybe. To first base. Morales. Decent lead over at first base. Doesn't look like he's going to go, though. Too much respect for DeRoma's arm, I guess. Ripped to right base hit.
There we go.
And going first to third of the Bravehearts here.
Classic first to third play, and now Worcester's got something going with 1 out.
Matt Warren with one of the best hardest hits of the game.
For Worcester, that is.
Yeah.
First and third, leadoff man up. They're rushing in the bullpen. We got 2 lefties. I haven't seen that in a while. 2 lefties going for the Silver Knights. One of them might be George Welch. Can't tell.
Yeah. Throwing pretty hard.
And they're throwing pretty hard.
Yeah.
So they're starting out. DeRoma's out there with signs because you got a runner at first base Warren, who's probably got some speed as well and may try to steal second, play the old first and third play.
So Worcester's got to feel pretty good about this. They have the top of the order up there and first and third with only one out.
O'Day needs a grounder to short. That's what he needs, right?
Yeah, hard hit grounder though,
hard
because
hit grounder for the double play.
you got speed at home.
Yeah, and he can't worry about.
They're conceding this run, Tom, because
the infield
they're
is
looking for a
back.
double play,
They're
even
looking
at third.
They're looking for two.
Yeah.
Strikeout, ground out. 2 5-3s. The last one was that big play at third.
All right. The pitch is
he's not throwing
outside
strikes.
and low.
And
There's a
now he's got
big hole
Kyle
there
Jackson
short,
isn't
huh?
going to waste much time here.
He might be making
He's
a
gonna
change
stall.
mid-pitcher.
He may, but he may be stalling too. I don't know. But O'Day has lost the strike zone, and that's hurt him.
Yeah, 2-0.
Because he lost the strike zone earlier to allow the runner on, and that.
On deck, A.J. Guindon is also a right-handed batter, and then you got a lefty, Mark Willie, on double deck.
So he gives O'Day a pat and says, okay, you're staying in for this hitter, but my guess is this is his last hitter. So dangerous holding on to a 1-0 lead, and now that lead is in clear jeopardy here with runners at first and third and one out here in the top of the 8th inning at Holman Stadium.
Yeah, ahead in the count is Bastunas, who's 0 for 3. Got robbed of a hit his last time. Looks at a ball just off the plate inside. 3-0. And so O'Day.
Green light here, John Collins?
Interesting. Yeah. It's got to be good, though. Pitch in the dirt. That's a walk.
Yes, it
so
is.
bases
and
are full, and that may be it for
that'll
O'Day.
be it for O'Day.
You
I'm
think
sure.
so?
Oh, it should be. There's no way.
It is.
Yep.
So Kyle's not going to play the lefty-righty thing. He's just going to bring in his best
I think
reliever.
they went 1 inning too long with O'Day, myself. I think that he's come in, he gets 3 outs, take what you got.
Good job, yeah.
And then you've got plenty of relievers. That's it. That's
Hindsight is 20/20.
Yes,
but you probably would have made the move. I'm sure you would.
Yeah,
have.
I would have just gone. I would have had got a 1-0 lead. You go bing, 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 right down. One clean inning. Now your reliever's got to come in and try to get yourself out of a jam, and I believe it's George Welch.
So,
yep,
George Welch
looks it.
They'll make the announcement.
Pretty sure. Gotta wait till the announcement. Since I don't see the number, but Welch has got long hair in the back, so that's him. Yep. Yep. So they got Welch in there to try to get themselves out of this hole. Because Welch can bring it. The only thing with Welch is he fires it so hard, sometimes his command is off. You can fall behind in the count. Can't walk anybody in this situation, otherwise we're going to be here for a little bit.
So A.J. Guindon, who's due up, listed at 5'8", 150, hometown Coventry, Rhode Island, Bishop Hendricken High School.
In Rhode Island, yep.
Majoring in
school,
psychology at Wheaton.
Played Nashua teams in the past in high school.
Yeah, it sounded familiar.
Yep, they've come up here and played.
Yep. Psychology major at Wheaton University.
Wheaton College.
Wheaton College.
Yep.
Checking out his
And Wheaton College, by the way, is a school that somebody we've seen pitch a couple of times for Nashua South is going to go.
Oh.
Jake O'Connor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I saw Jake O'Connor last week at the Chad football practice. He's a tight end.
Okay.
And a long snapper.
Nice.
For the Chad team, for the Team West, and he is going, but baseball is his first love, and that is the sport he will play at Wheaton College.
Yeah, he's good at it, so why not?
He's going to go there studying business, so we'll all work for him someday and talk about pitching.
So,
And from Wheaton, here he is.
They have
Stepping up.
great bio on Wheaton website for their players, including this A.J. Guindon, born June 25, 2002.
Yep.
So he'll turn 21, this weekend. Bunts at it. And a diving play.
And that's a.
How about
that would have been.
what happened to the glove?
I don't know, but that would have been great. That would have been a fabulous play.
Shane Walkley was trying to barehand that. It looked like he was trying to make a barehand catch.
That's an out that if he had gotten it, what a big out that would have been.
I mean,
what
that
a huge
first base
out
glove is like, I guess, backhand maybe it's tougher with the
I
scoop
don't know,
on it.
but that would have been a huge
No, it would have been
out.
huge out. Are you kidding? Yes. Instead of 1-2, there goes the fastball outside the plate, 1-1.
Welch wanted that one.
A.J. Guindon helped his Bishop Hendrick and Hawks win the state championship for baseball.
They're in at the corners. Walkley is in. That's how he was able to get to that bunt. And they're in at third. And Welch
2-1.
And Welch is behind. Not throwing with the same zip, but he's got to get used to it. He's got to loose and everything else. But he comes in and throws BBs, and he's on. He's on.
Welch looking for his put-away pitch. Gets a nice one on the outside edge. Maybe a little bit off.
That was
low.
ball three.
Ball three.
Oh, yeah. No
2-2 is the count. A little anxious there with Guindon.
See if he can blow it by Guindon, because that's what he needs to do. He needs to come in and get that strikeout so the infielders can all move back and be comfortable.
Fighting to stay alive. Guindon fouls it off to the right. That was straight heat from Welch, looking to put him away, get that second out.
Drama here at Holman Stadium.
It is, and a 1-0 game.
Good game.
Worcester would love to get a base hit and take the lead here.
Took
That's
something
high.
off it.
Yeah.
Got to go with the gas.
Yeah, he's
Gotta
not
go
comfortable
with the
with
gas.
that
And now
off-speed.
it's 3-2. No place to put him.
There is
So-
really no mystery what he's about to throw.
Well, there's no mystery here, but he's got to throw a strike.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1-0. The Silver Knights lead, and
Took
it's
something off it.
1-1
Again,
with a
did
bases
not come
loaded
in
walk.
with his best pitch. Throw the fastball.
Yeah.
That is not a good choice by Welch
No.
or his catcher, Daroma. You got to throw the fastball there. High heat. Instead, he took something off. It looked like he was almost aiming that pitch, didn't it, John Collins?
It did, and I was wrong that everybody knew it was coming was a fastball. Apparently, the catcher-pitcher had other ideas, but like you said, they went away from their best.
And that's why there's two plays, two things that weren't done. Getting the runner in from third and the pop-up on the bunt that was not caught. That is those two plays, those two situations come back to haunt you in a game like this.
So the game is tied. Now the Silver Knights have to be concerned not to let Worcester take a lead as Mark Willie swings through that fastball.
What were they thinking with that pitch call?
Tom, I don't
Both
know.
pitches.
Yeah.
Threw
That hurts.
threw off-speed pitches in a row where he
2
really
strikes.
needed to just fire it.
That's
See?
another one.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
it. I don't get what he was throwing. I just don't get it.
So Willie gets victimized by quality fastball right on the inside corner. Got caught looking. And here is Jack Thorbon. Big swing and a miss.
Oh, well, Worcester's got a ton of lefties up, which is why you had 2 lefties in the bullpen. So let's see what this stoppage is all about. Maybe they saw that he was tipping? I wonder.
I think I'm laughing because it's like his best pitch by far and away is the fastball.
No doubt
It's like,
about it.
If you're a left-handed batter and you're not looking dead red right now, you're crazy. Because,
exactly.
You just saw your teammate get punched out looking on the fastball.
Well, it's
0-1.
one thing to know it's coming. It's the other thing to be able to catch up to it, right?
Right. Fouled. Thorbon did a good job of getting the barrel to it, but it was great placement by Welch. And it's 0-2. 1 strike away from leaving this game tied, going to the bottom of the 8th. A game that's been filled with strikeouts. Welch needs another. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off to the left. Battling is Jack Thorbon. Thorbahn. That's a great name for a monster truck on the Autobahn.
That's right. Yeah.
Thorbahn. But you kind of expect a guy with a name like that to play first base, too.
He looks like a first base.
Yes. That's on
There
the
it
corner.
is. Yep.
Strike 3.
Deroma didn't even
Oh.
wait. But again, that's what you wanted
Thorbahn
to see.
doesn't agree, but
That's what you wanted to see 2 batters ago.
yes.
You know,
Hey,
that's what you wanted. Don't know why he threw the off speed. The changeup that he kind of tried to guide over the plate two pitches in a row.
Yeah.
High both times.
Tell you what, Thorbahn was upset with that call. I didn't think it was a bad call.
Deroma left the plate before it was even called.
Yeah, I mean, all night that's been a strike.
Yep.
So it's really the tough pitch to hit as a lefty batter, but you got to just spoil it or something.
Tied up at 1. We played 7.5 here at Holman.
How about that? 1-1.
And Deroma's due up. 8-9-1.
Oh,
coming
yeah.
up.
Thorbahn plays for Northeastern from Hingham.
Northeastern puts a lot of players in this league.
Yeah.
Gets them all playing close by.
You know, I looked up
we have.
baseball birthdays today. This is going to get back to Northeastern, I promise.
Well, before you do that,
go
we got
ahead.
a new pitcher.
New pitcher in the game for the
Yes.
the Worcester Bravehearts.
Yeah.
We'll pick up that number and get you a name. Andy Etchebarren would have been 80 years old today, Tom. You know who he was?
Yeah, the catcher for the Orioles.
You know that, yeah. Him and Elrod Hendricks were like
Yep.
a team back in the 60s.
I was
the
going
Orioles.
to ask you who the other. I was going to ask you as a quiz who the other catcher.
I'm there with you.
was. Yeah.
You know, one of the reasons I know that really well, my high school coach, Dave Coleman, they retired his number at Northeastern. He was a pro catcher for many several years in minor leagues, drafted by the Orioles, made it to AAA, spent about 6 years in Orioles AAA as a catcher. He was never called up to the majors because of Elrod Hendricks and Andy Etchebarren were in front of him.
Well, let me tell
and they
you.
didn't have the Rule 5 draft.
Let me give you.
And he was bitter.
Let me give you a little. Well, if you had waited a little while, you might have had a shot at it. Because let me give you a trivia question. 2 Orioles from those early '70s were eventually wearing pinstripes in New York with the Yankees.
Ooh.
Who were they?
Oh, was Hendricks?
Hendricks was one. Can you name the other one?
Was it a catcher you're talking about?
Well, no, I'm not going to tell you the position.
I
gave
from
Hendricks away already, but
from the Orioles to the Yankees,
to the
and not
Yankees.
necessarily a catcher.
Not necessarily a catcher. Could have been a catcher. You never know. Who were they?
Oh,
Yeah, you got Hendricks right. So there's one other guy you got to get.
Bumbry?
Nope.
No, I'm going back, not back far enough.
No.
I can almost, I sense it, but I don't remember.
You were close with Bunbury. Paul Blair.
Blair. Oh, that's it. Yeah,
Paul
because
Blair.
outfielder. Yeah, so. Yeah, he did well for both teams. Wow.
Yeah, I think he played on a World Series team with the Yankees.
I think he
I'm
did.
pretty sure he did. And so did Hendricks. Hendricks
Yeah.
became a Yankee backup catcher.
What famous Red Sox outfielder ended up with the Orioles to finish his career after I think he played like 17 years for the Red Sox, ended his career with the Orioles?
Wow, is it an outfielder?
Outfielder, yeah.
It wasn't Evans, was it?
It was.
It was.
Yeah,
How about
Dwight
that?
Evans,
Yeah,
nice.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's different.
So into the
Of course,
game.
and of course, currently,
Yeah.
Aaron Hicks, who could not hit his weight with the Yankees, is now hitting like 250 with the Orioles after they released him.
Always works out that way, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Ground ball to third baseman, and 1 up, 1 down in the Silver Knights' bottom of the 8th as they look to try to go ahead here. So Deroma bounces out, and here is Ryan Giuliano, who's had a pair of ground outs to short tonight, trying to get on base and make something happen. Against the Worcester Bravehearts reliever.
Oh, slipped on the mound.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Threw a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, almost went spilling to the deck. E.J. Nevels from Amherst College. I have number 52 on the roster.
And
Snags that one and throws a seed to first.
And
Nevels.
EJ's height, which is probably on that roster, what is it?
6'3".
Yeah, that height helped him make that play.
Yeah, extension, almost a snow cone snag, and a nice play as he feels his position. That was headed for another 6-3 out.
All right, John Collins, I'm looking at third base. He's back. Now he's cheating in a little bit. Let's see.
You know what? Not enough. You could bunt on that.
Yeah, he's coming in a little bit further. He's sneaking in now. He's coming in now. He's on the grass.
Yeah.
He realized who was up. He didn't know it at first, and he saw Luka at the plate.
It would be a more difficult bunt because he's in like that, but still, I mean, anything 45 feet or less that the catcher would have to maybe play.
You know what? I make this big guy on the mound bend down.
Well, he's backing up now because he didn't see. It's 2-0, right?
Up 2-0.
2-0. He's backing up. He's figuring he's not bunting.
He's going to sneak in on the grass, though. But at 2-0, he knows probably that he's not going to bunt.
Oh, look out. Bat goes out of the hands of Luca Giolongo, and no harm, no fouls. One of the coaches brings it back to him. 2-1. He was swinging away. No bunting here.
See, I think the one thing that we forget when these guys come and play in this league is they have to adjust back to the wood, right?
Yes.
That's a little bit of an adjustment.
Yeah.
Do you guys do wooden bat in the adult in the grandpa league?
We do. All wood, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I remember making that transition though. It was kind of weird. I got a bat model that the bat maker, the X-Bat company, said was the most like aluminum bat, the way it was weighted and shaped.
Got it.
And strike.
3-2.
3-2, yeah. And you know what?
I don't know why Luka thought that was a ball.
I don't either. Yeah. I thought he was headed to the dugout for a second until I rechecked the count.
Let's see what EJ comes up with here for a pitch. My guess is he's going to throw him a curve.
Nevels comes set. The 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike three, inning over.
He threw him something that had movement on it to the outer part of the
plate.
It did. Yep.
It's like a cut fastball or something.
Yeah, it was. It was a cutter. Yeah.
So Nevels comes in. He's impressive, fielding his position, getting the strikeout. 1-2-3 go the Silver Knights. And we go to the top of the ninth. Who's going to break this 1-1 tie?
Well, we'll see. Worcester's got 5, 6, 7 up.
Yep. And we'll see if Welch goes back to the mound. Looks like he is. Working into the ninth inning.
And that breeze is cold.
It is. I'm glad I brought my jacket now.
Yeah, I did not.
No.
Yeah, that's all right. I only have to go down and talk to the manager after the game and get out of here. So I can close my window, John Collins.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Can't believe we're shivering on a June 20, man.
That's just the way it's been. You know, it's been a bad weather pattern. It looks like it's holding firm for most of this week when they said it wouldn't. When they said it wouldn't, John Collins. It's not fair.
Hey, summer starts tomorrow, Tom.
Yeah.
June 21, the summer solstice, longest day of the year.
Yeah.
Due up for the Bravehearts, Andrew Chronister. Plays for Shippensburg University. Catcher. Starting catcher for the Shippensburg Raiders. 6'1", 190. Oh, he had a .462 batting average this season. .533 on-base percentage. Pretty impressive in the league that Shippensburg plays in. That will get it done. There's a major leaguer that's hitting 400 right now, Luis Arise for the Marlins.
Yeah. Marlins have a good year.
Yeah. Fly ball lofted lazily to right, and Shane McNamara cruising over makes the play. One up, 2 pitches, 1 down in the Worcester 9th?
It's a very strange baseball year.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's fast start.
Yeah, they look good.
Marlins playing well. Arizona playing very well.
Yep. And
Texas, the best team right now in the American League.
that's right.
Or no, the second best team. Tampa's still the best.
And the Yankees. What's wrong?
Yeah, no Judge.
Oh,
no
man,
Judge.
no
and
Judge.
no Judge and poorly built around him.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, they did not go out and get a good left fielder.
No.
They didn't do some things that they needed to do. They still have the same stupid philosophy that they've had. Plus, a lot of their older players are not playing well. They're
Yeah.
hurt. They're either hurt or they're just not. They're playing like old players.
A check swing grounder to the third. Ryan's got to work fast, and he does.
He does. Yeah,
Nice play.
he had to get that ball over there because that ball that check swing kind of threw him off a little bit. Don't you think
Yeah,
so?
yeah.
Thought the ball was going to get there a lot sooner than it really did.
That's right. The grass is lush and thick.
I'm
and slowed it down a
I'm
little
not
bit.
used to seeing batted balls on George Welch. Usually it's a walk or a strikeout.
No kidding.
Yep.
2 in play,
Or a
both
pop.
outs.
Yep.
Kobe Stenson.
All right, this is a big, this
One
is
for
big right
3.
here, because due up in the bottom of the ninth, 2, 3, 4, 5. McDermott, O'Brien, McNamara, and Walkley, your 4 best hitters.
Best chance to break this 1-1 tie if
Yep.
they get to that bottom of the ninth.
Welch has got to come in with that fastball to get us there.
Yeah, it's 2-0 right now.
Yeah, instead of throwing the slider.
And Stenson trying to give his team the lead.
If I'm George Welch, I don't throw another pitch. That's the kind of pitch I always throw. Jeez, where am I, John? On the Maine coast here? The wind is blowing in on me and everything else. It's ridiculous.
I don't know if there's any wind, but it's,
Yeah, there
it's
is.
chilly,
Oh, no,
isn't
there
it?
is. Oh, yeah, there's a wind.
Oh, I just felt it. I
Yeah,
just felt it,
There
yeah.
is. No, there's wind coming in. For some
There's-
reason, it's
yeah.
not even near the. Well, the flag's moving a little bit, but not much.
Yeah.
But there's a cool breeze up here.
Yeah, the sun's gone away, and now it's the breeze.
Oh,
Huge.
just got
Oh,
a
that's
piece
right
of
on the
it.
top of the head of the
Just
catcher on
got
the
a
follow
piece of it.
through.
Yeah, he's all right. He's catcher. Catcher's taking all over the place, right?
Speaking of Andy Etchebarren,
Suck it
would
up.
have been 80
Suck it
today.
up. Yep,
Poor
suck
Andy
it up.
Etchebarren, by the way, died of bone cancer in
Ouch.
2019.
A lot of players. from the
Bone
team
marrow
did.
cancer,
A lot of
sorry.
players that Mark Belanger's passed too. The shortstop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a lot of players.
Yeah.
Good players from that team. Earl Weaver, the manager.
2-2. Yeah, Brooks Robinson's still with us, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how about Mark Belanger?
And Boog Powell, I believe, is still with us.
Boog Powell, yeah. I had ribs at Boog Powell one time I went to Camden Yards.
Yep. Dave Johnson is still alive.
Oh, yeah?
Second baseman and former Major League manager. Got to go fastball here.
Did he go or no? No. I think that's a good call.
I don't know. But now Welch
Yeah.
has gone 3-2 because he just does not want to come in with the heat. See if he does it here.
3-2.
Just a fastball at the belt. He won't catch up to it.
Pitch
There it
is
is. Oh,
fouled.
he got a piece of it.
Tim, 63 is your birth year, right? Yeah, me too. It's like to see somebody wearing that. It was a long time ago. Long time ago.
Yeah.
3-2 count. 1-1 game. 2 out. Top of the ninth. Silver Knights trying to get to the bottom of the ninth and win it. Welch fires, and again, Stenson spoils.
Stenson hanging tough, but you know what? He's a strikeout waiting to happen if Welch picks the right pitch to throw, right? You can get it by
Yeah.
him.
One of his parents were Kobe Bryant fans. He's Kobe Stenson up there
There's
battling.
a lot of Kobe's in the world, John.
Yeah. Well, a lot of Kobe's been named after
there's
Kobe.
there's a lot of Kobe's in the world, John. They all aren't named after Kobe Bryant.
It's not that common a name.
Yeah,
K-O-B-E.
Yeah.
Big swing and a miss, and Welch actually took something off on 3-2, I think, to get that strikeout. Did he?
I didn't think so.
No,
I
he
thought,
threw a
I thought it was
fastball?
a dart.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I thought it was a dart.
maybe it was just the big swing that
but
fooled
let's
me.
see if there's any darts going to the outfield for hits in the Silver Knights, because
Yes.
they've got the 4 best guys coming up. Do not touch that remote. This is going to be an interesting ninth inning. Because you know what? You want some runs. Well, I mean, you want the walk-off, but you also want, we go another extra inning. Don't forget, after the 10th inning, it's the home run derby. If it's still tied.
Home run derby's in play.
Home run derby is 10 outs.
Yeah.
For per hitter.
Who are the go-to guys for the Silver Knights home run derby, you think?
Well, they used Walkley against Brockton, the only one they had, and he didn't hit a home run. They got shut out 2-0. So because he's not an opposite field hitter, he's a pull hitter, but he's a pull hitter with a fastball, not an off-speed blooper throw that you get in the home run derby. If I'm them, I get somebody who can hit it out over that 3-0-7
I would
wall.
agree. I was going to say that.
And Walkley is not that guy. He doesn't usually hit it that way. This guy does, who's got the ball down by the screen, Shane McNamara. He can go the opposite way. Jack McDermott will lead it off for the Silver Knights. It'll be McDermott, O'Brien, and then McNamara with Walkley, the fourth hitter.
And they'll be facing another big pitcher, 6'4", 220, Brian Wojciechowski. Wojciechowski plays for St. Rose.
Whoa, who they drafted tomorrow night, or is it two nights from now?
Woj. Senior at St. Rose.
St. Rose.
He's from Portsmouth, Rhode Island. You know it?
St. Rose in Albany, New York.
Albany, New York.
D2, I believe, maybe D3. It might be D3 now. I'm not sure. St. Rose doesn't get a lot of ink in Albany because of the fact that they've got New Albany and Siena there, two Division I schools.
So Jack McDermott's had a pretty good night, huh, Tom?
Well, he's reached base
3 out of 4?
Twice. He's reached
2 out of
base
3.
Twice. 2 walks. He hasn't put the bat on the ball, though. And he does there, swings at the first pitch and flies out to left field.
Yeah. Wind on is deep, but he's got it,
it had
short of the track.
Yeah, it had more distance than I thought it did.
Certainly.
That's tough. You don't get the leadoff man on in a situation where you can really get going. He swings at the first pitch. I would have taken a couple of pitches. Got a guy coming in the game fresh.
Yeah.
Swings at it and goes the other way, which isn't a bad idea either. But now you've got Brady O'Brien. We'll see.
Brady O'Brien, who has struck out and flied out a couple times, up for the 4th time tonight, looking for his first hit. First pitch swing, fouls it.
Had an idea. We thought so, right?
Yeah.
Thought maybe down that right field line. They're playing him pretty much straight away. They're not shading one way or the other. Maybe a little closer to the line and right, in the late inning game, and now he's down in the count. There's a familiar sight tonight for Silver Knight hitters, down in the count 0-2.
Funny, we were talking about Orioles. Randall Wojciechowski was an American League professional pitcher for the Orioles, Cincinnati Reds, Houston Astros, and New York Yankees, now 34 years old. From South Carolina, 6'4" guy. He's pitched in the major leagues. Bumped into that looking for this pitcher, Wojciechowski.
Nope.
That is low. 1-2. That one can't. Holman Stadium gun must have been malfunctioning there. It said 99.
No.
Foul straight back. Oh, you know what? It said 99 again. I mean, it was fast.
That was faster than the other pitch.
Boy. I mean, 6'4", 220. He's got the, physical gifts to do it. And he jams him. Easy grounder to Thorbon. Steps on the bag. 2 out. I don't know. 99. Did it twice? Is it really not working?
That pitch wasn't 99.
I'm watching a lot of College World Series where they're flirting with hundreds all day.
Yeah. Well, I bet he can throw in the 90s. I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can get it up to 100.
And now he faces a guy with home run power.
Right.
Power against power here, Shane McNamara.
And I would imagine we are going to see a new pitcher for the Silver Knights in the 10th, which if McNamara doesn't get on, we'll go to.
That one is low. He's bringing it. That's the ball 2-0.
Well,
It says 99.
the pitchers that these guys see in the home run derby, if we get there, was going to be a lot slower than
Yeah,
this.
it will be. It'll be meatballs,
Yeah,
right?
it'll be meatball pitches, yeah.
2-1 as McNamara with a mighty cut swings
If
through
we
that
get
one.
there. I don't think we're going to get there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Strike 2. Looked like it said
There wasn't. Was it up there? I didn't see it.
Brian. Well, it said 95 on the velocity.
Silver
on that
Knights
one.
have been held to 2 hits, and they were both in the same inning.
Foul. Look out.
They had 2
piece of
hits in the 3rd. They have not had a hit since the 3rd inning, and in fact, they've only had 1 base runner, and that was McDermott with that walk, and he ended up on 3rd.
And the pitch is away.
Outside. Yep. So the
Says,
bats, the story of this game is Worcester's pitching.
Yeah, he's a graduate student, Brian Wojciechowski,
Yeah.
6'4", 220.
Well, he's
Working
got
on
to
an
have
MBA.
another. He's got to have another year of that
Breaks a
foul
bat.
ball. Foul ball.
Oh, how's that a foul ball?
Yep, I think it hit him.
Oh, did it?
It
Went
hit
off his
something.
leg?
It
Oh.
bounced off the plate or bounced.
He's
going
going to need a new bat.
Yep. Something was funky about that ground ball. It wasn't a clean grounder.
So it went off his shin guard. it
Went
looked
off
like.
something.
Yeah.
So he needs a new bat and there's
So,
a little stoppage of play. But
Brian Wojciechowski is a graduate transfer after previously attending St. Anselm for 4 seasons.
but don't forget, you get those extra COVID years.
Oh, yes.
So we'll see what the eligibility is. So they're saying it was a ground out. They're saying no.
Oh.
The first base umpire is the one who made the call. He said no.
Oh, yeah.
So McNamara gets new life, much to the chagrin of the Bravehearts.
Says Wojciechowski twice named to the Northeast 10 Conference Academic Honor Roll. Pitched in 20 games for the Hawks, striking out 72 and 71 innings. Strike 3.
Yeah, he's smart enough to throw a high pitch in the outer half of the plate that McNamara
He's
should have
tough.
taken because that was a ball. That was
It
ball
was
4.
up out of the zone. You're not going to catch up
No,
to that
you're
guy.
not. And that is another strikeout for the Worcester pitching staff. And now we go to the 10th.
Yeah, so if we don't get a run in this inning, we go to home run derby.
Yep.
Okay.
In the 10th inning.
And
Yep.
Tom has predicted that somebody's going to score here in the 10th. We'll see. Low hits, 5.
Just our luck. We get a quick game, and it's got to go
It
extra
was
innings.
quick, and then it just went
it's got to go.
1-1.
It's got to go extra.
Yeah.
Just our luck.
Yes. John Collins along with Tom King, our cameraman Tim O'Neill here on Nashua TV. We welcome our Hudson viewers who just tuned in. If you're watching on a Tuesday night, June 20th, 2023, you're seeing a 1-1 ball game between these two teams filled with college athletes locally and regionally nearby. There will be 3 more days of action this week here at Holman of the Silver Knights. Tomorrow, a doubleheader. Tom says starts at 3 o'clock on Wednesday as the New Britain Bees come in here. Then on Thursday, it's the number 1 team in the league, the Vermont Lake Monsters, for a 6 o'clock start. Thirsty Thursdays here at Holman. And Friday fireworks night will be the Norwich Sea Unicorns for a 6 o'clock start. Tom, did the Sea Unicorns change their name at some point?
No.
Or is it always the Sea Unicorns?
No, always.
Okay.
Well, they've only been in the league 3 years.
Okay,
so.
I just thought that Norwich was something
You're
else.
thinking of the affiliated minor league team, the Norwich Navigators. Yeah, you're thinking of that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was an affiliate minor league team, and of course, with the contraction of minor league teams, Norwich was a victim, and so was Vermont. So what did they do? Let's join the Futures League.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what happened.
Good.
So and in Vermont, there was a sale as Chris Inglis bought the team. So Alex Miesig is in the game.
Miesig's in.
Pitching. And Miesig is in, I think, 2 innings too late. I think he should have pitched I would have had him pitch the 8th.
Yeah. So he's entrusted with getting the Silver Knights to the bottom of the 10th with a chance to win it. It is a 1-1 game.
Five hits for Worcester, 2 hits for Nashua. Again, Nashua has not had a hit since the 3rd inning.
Alex Miesig, who announced on, well, Tom knows, Coastal Carolina University. There's a pop.
No, he's
No?
he's closer.
Oh, is he?
No, he's not Coastal Carolina.
Oh, sorry. Must have been an old tweet I saw that I wrote down. So, 0-2 quickly,
I
Miesig.
don't think.
No? Yeah.
Maybe,
Oh, no, he
maybe.
retweeted somebody else's thing.
you
Liam
go.
Doyle said that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Pop up, and Miesig gets the first out of the inning
Liam
by way of the pop.
Liam Doyle, who was a Silver Knight here last year, but only made a couple of starts and wowed everybody. He was the kid from Pinkerton who was the pitcher of the year last year in high school ball a year ago, back in 2022, and he came here and got a couple of starts, but Coastal Carolina said, young man, you're coming down with us for the summer. So he came down.
So Miesig pitches for Assumption.
Yeah, Assumption.
Yes.
I knew he was closer. I knew he was New England.
Strike on the outside corner. It's funny how the teams from locally, they all enjoy spring trips. They go down to Florida and they play.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they play.
And then they end up playing guys that they're from up here.
Right.
We all travel 2,000 miles or 15, whatever it is, to get out and play.
Riviera always makes a spring trip to start the season.
Right.
You have to.
You have to.
You cannot start your college season the last week in February and be doing it up here.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
So Miesig ahead in the count. Misses up and away.
Two and two now.
It says 1-2 on the scoreboard,
No, it says
but
2 and
it's
2 on the
2
board,
and 2.
John. It says 2 and 2
Oh,
on
sorry,
the board.
it does say 3
Now
and
it's
2.
3 and 2.
Yes, it does. Looking at number 1 at bat. So a 3-2 pitch on the way. Miesig certainly doesn't want to give up a walk here. Strike
Does
3, swinging.
And
Might have
pumps
been
his
low.
fist. Love Alex. Alex is not stoic on the mound. He is very emotional. He is, I love that. He was Nashua North's ace as a starter, and he has found his niche here as a reliever, and I believe that's what he's done in college.
So
I think he had 1 start in college. The rest was all in the bullpen this year.
So Bastunas is up for the 5th time tonight. Leadoff batter in the order. Fouls one back to the screen. 0-1. Miesig with a first batter pop up. Second batter strikeout. Trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning here against the top of the order. Tyler Bastunas fouls it about the same spot on the net. And it's 0-2. Like some kind of breaking balls or sliders at the top of the zone inside that he was throwing there that got fouled off. That one outside. They call sliders sweepers now in the major leagues. If they have enough horizontal break, they call them a sweeper. It looked like a sweeper there outside from Miesig. That's a fastball, and it's off the end of the bat. Diving play, Dylan Pacheco.
That was a Pacheco. That's a McDermott. Yep.
What a play. It might have been off the end of the bat, but still, he had to lay out to get to that one.
That's a great play by Pacheco.
And that sends the Silver Knights to the bottom of the inning with a chance to break a 1-1 tie and win this thing in walk-off fashion, which would be thrilling to see.
Well, let's see what we got.
Yep.
Walkley's up.
Certainly, it would be tough. They send that same
Pacheco's
pitcher
up.
out there.
And I would imagine a pinch hitter for your left fielder. So
Is it going to be, there's another pitcher for the Bravehearts. They're not going to stick with that
Well,
huge righty.
That's because they've got a lefty in Walkley coming up.
Ah.
And they don't want Walkley. Walkley is not good against left-handers. So we'll see.
From the Stevens Institute, Maxwell Joshua.
Yeah.
On in relief for the Bravehearts.
Oh, God, I hate those home run derbies. I really do.
You do?
Yeah. It's better to see the game won the normal way.
Yeah.
You know? Fans like it.
Yeah. We have, Tim makes
So what they had to do the first time there was
Yeah.
a home run derby was a couple weeks ago on a Friday against Brockton, right?
Uh-huh.
It was close to 10 o'clock. So you can't have the home run derby before, you have to have the fireworks before. You can't have the fireworks after 10.
Oh.
It was close to 10. So what they had to do was they had to have the fireworks before they did the home run derby. And and the thing is with the fire, you don't have that problem tonight, obviously. But the thing with the fireworks is you have to turn off the lights.
Uh-huh.
And when you turn off the lights in a stadium like this, it takes a while to turn them back on. They got to get warmed up. It took 20 minutes. We were here forever. I got home at 11 o'clock.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
I got
boy.
home at 11 o'clock on the eve of Super Saturday, the busiest high school day of the year. And I had a whole section to write and put together. It was killing me. Killing me. So I hate the home run derby.
I guess so. Wow. So this is Axel Johnson. His name is Axel, A-X-E-L.
Axel, hit the batter. Put the batter on, will you?
He's
Hit
from
him.
Grafton, Mass.
Plunk him so we get a base runner and we get things rolling along here.
Shane Walkley was probably hoping for a walk-off homer instead, but he
Did not
checks his
swing, they say. I don't know about that one either. Thought his whole body went forward. Walkley is not a biggie against lefties, and we'll see if that rings true here. Hopefully not. It's 1-0.
It's 1-0. Fouls it. That go between his legs? The Bobby Valentine thing?
Don't know.
Yeah, might have been. Better than hitting you in the foot. 1-1 is the count.
That's
Lefty
what I
on
wanna
lefty
see.
here.
Hit him in the foot. I want to see a curveball
Oh, you want to
down
pitch
and
off
hit
the
him in
foot, not a foul
yeah.
ball. Yeah. That's a breaking
Close.
ball
That
low.
was close.
Front door curve misses down.
It's 2-1.
2-1.
If I'm Walkley, I just keep the bat on my shoulders here.
Look how deep the outfield's playing.
Well, it's Walkley. That's why.
Missed.
Yep.
3-1.
3-1, but now it's 3-1, and Walkley being the power guy is going to be tempted to hit if there's any velocity on this pitch. Could be a foot outside. He'll still swing at it. Let's see. That's what I'm thinking. See how this goes. Let's see how this goes.
He swung.
He swung, and it was inside. It was ball 4 as well. And he swung at ball 4, which I knew he would do.
Well, let's see what happens on 3-2.
Take it.
They need a base runner.
He'll take it for a strike.
Oh, no. He took it, and
but
it
it
missed
was
by
up.
an inch.
It was up. It didn't miss by much, John Collins.
No, it didn't.
Do I know my Silver Knights?
Oh, my gosh.
Or do I know my Silver Knights?
I guess you do. A few games into the season. Boy, that could have went either way.
That sure could have.
Yeah.
And now there's going to be a pinch runner as Walkley comes out of the game. And you know what? You do that automatically. You know why?
Yeah.
There's no 11th inning. You know? He can still be your home run derby hitter. So you've got a pinch runner at first base. And a bunt attempt, and it goes foul.
Pinch runner at first. Seth Scott hoping to be the game's winning run. Silver Knights do what they need to do with the leadoff batter, get him on base. A clear sacrifice bunt being set up here. And he bunts it off the plate.
It's not bad. It's a good one.
It deadens it, and the catcher has to make a good play just to scramble
The catcher had to
Cronister.
make a good play because there were 3 fielders who wanted the ball.
Its third base was
It was
empty.
He could have gone to third. third.
Well, you know it because the catcher was the one who threw the ball the first, and he was in front of home plate when he threw it, and he was the first one to get the third.
The third baseman had blocked him out.
Oh, man.
It could have gone to third.
It was the third baseman that was in there. There was nobody at third base.
Nobody at third base.
Oh, except for Kyle Jackson yelling to Seth Scott, come on. Seth Scott's still upset with himself, I think.
Well,
He saw
Scott.
They walked. Intentional walk.
Intentional walk to get to double play. Scott got picked off at third on a walk earlier this year.
Did he really?
Yes. That's why he's a pinch runner.
I have never seen that.
Yeah, well, I saw it.
Wow.
I saw it.
Was he the only one on base, third, and then the walk, and then he got picked off?
That I don't remember. It ended the inning, John.
Wow. That
so
hurts.
now DeRoma is up. Chance to win the game.
Kyle DeRoma, the catcher.
First and second, one out.
Huge cut, and he fouls it back.
Take a pitch. Take a pitch. He walked somebody, and you had a punt.
That was a strike. He just took a shot at it. 0-1 is the count. And Kyle DeRoma looking for his second hit tonight. He got the double and scored the only run earlier. Takes a breaking ball over the heart of the plate.
That's a pitch you shouldn't have taken.
Yeah.
That's one you swing at.
You got fooled.
Lack of velocity, swing at it. You can line that ball right over the second baseman's head.
It's funny, you get your adrenaline pounding as a batter. You don't think about the slow curve. It's a bold pitch in this situation.
They're setting up outside.
And he swings and misses, and it's a strikeout, but he's going to be safe.
How about that? And he didn't know it. And then he heard somebody yell, and he went, what's he doing?
Oh, first base was occupied with less than 2 out.
Yep.
The runners can't advance. It was a wild pitch.
Right, a wild pitch, but he's not safe. That's right. First base was occupied.
You could say pass ball. It hit the catcher's mitt.
It did, yep.
Yep. So, he was informed he is out, but they do have runners in second, third. The bad news for the Silver Knights is a sacrifice fly won't do it.
Right, and 0 for 3, Ryan Giuliano is up with runners in second and third.
Strike.
Yep.
So the game is a batter away from the home run derby.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, unless Ryan Giuliano can come up, reach base safely or get a hit. The 0-1 is high.
You know what? I'll tell you what. They're living dangerously. Worcester's living dangerously because there's been a couple that have gone by.
Yeah. And what about the fact that he didn't go to third when he could have went to third, right?
He would have scored.
Would have scored. And it would have made you a profit. But
with
no home run derby.
Scott is not a good base runner.
Tim O'Neill pointed out a fact. You have seen a lot of home run derbies. You cover every game. We haven't had one on national TV.
No, we have not had one. No.
1 and 2.
But we're going to get one.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I do.
Oh, ground off the middle. It's a tough hop and a nice play.
Yep.
What a play by Tyler Bastunas on a ball that came up on him at the end.
Yes, exactly.
And he preserves the tie.
Clutch defensive play, and we go to our second home run derby at Holman Stadium.
Wow.
Yeah, boy, just if that was hit just a little bit harder.
A little bit harder. Up the middle, base hit, game over. And, you think about that bunt where third base was left unattended.
Wide open, and you got to pay attention to that. All you do is look at your third base coach. It's that simple,
And he's the only one over there.
He's the only one there. You look at your third base coach.
So we go to the home run derby here at Holman Stadium.
Yep.
Tom wants to elect the heaviest hitting right-handed batter and take a shot at
that.
They
don't have any big
Luka?
No, Luka's just, I think Luka's
Is he just fooling around?
He's fooling around, yeah. That's not Luka.
Put your bets on Luka.
I got to go with McNamara if you're going to go lefty power.
Yeah.
I think McNamara can hit the ball to that 307.
Are you talking about putting a lefty up there that's going to go the other way?
Well, here's the problem, John. You don't have righty power, right? Okay.
Right. I know, but
what's the shortest place in the ballpark?
It's definitely left field, but that's hard to do.
But McNamara can do it. He's an opposite field hitter.
All right. Yeah, why not? Do it. I want to see it.
Walkley can't.
I know he can do it like in the course of the game.
Walkley came up and tried to pull every ball to right field, and he had one ball that hit the base of the fence. The rest never even came close.
I've been watching. I think it's a thing that the NFL and MLB worked out, but I've been seeing NFL quarterbacks take batting practice.
Yep.
Who hit a home run to right field? I saw somebody hit one.
I don't know. Right now, I'm wondering about who they're gonna.
I think it was.
And I'll tell you what.
It was Jalen Hurts.
The managers hate it. I don't think the managers like this at all. They hate it. They'd rather play the game.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I love it personally.
Second and third.
But I want to see a home run hitter. You know, I want to see like, oh, we beat you 5-4 in the home run derby. You're talking about it's tough to hit one.
Yeah. Well, it's not tough to hit one. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Brockton only got 2.
Oh, okay. They got 2.
So I thought Brockton with only 2. You know, Nashua was sitting pretty, but when I saw Walkley go up there, because
I clearly see the nominee for the Worcester Bravehearts. It's number 25. Is that a pitcher? He's grabbing a bat.
He pitched. 25 pitched.
Didn't it? Wasn't that Dylan Veig?
Yeah, it was Veig. But
is he a lefty righty?
So let's see. They're cheering about who is going to be doing it. So, I mean, I don't think they've.
Was it 20?
I don't think they've added a righty power hitter since. Oh, Brian was hitting third in the order. So I don't know. So what way it works, John, is anything that's not, going out of the park is an out, right?
Yeah.
So the foul ball's an out. If you remember, playing a home run derby in your backyard or whatever.
Right.
A swing and a miss is not, I don't think. It's got to be contact. So.
Number 25.
It is him. It is. It is the reliever we saw.
Wow, he's an athlete.
Looks like him too.
It is Veig, Dylan Veig. Yeah,
it's Dylan Veig. Yep.
Yeah, he does certainly look like he's capable.
Sure does.
And what about the pitcher that hit the home run Sunday for the Silver Knights?
I think he's lefty.
Oh.
Burkowski,
yeah.
I think he bats left. I'm not sure.
All right. I haven't seen anybody really emerge from the Silver Knights side yet with a bat.
And he's probably already done his ice and everything else. He's probably.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a guy with a bat. There he
Walkley.
is.
Looks like Walkley.
Walkley, yeah.
Which I mean, it didn't work before. I wouldn't do it again.
Look how close they
pitch
from.
They're very close. Yep.
I'd hate that. I'd want a little more distance.
All right, so I should be keeping track of this.
That's high.
Yep.
We have to see where this thing comes down. I'm having a hard time tracking that.
Yep.
It's out. Wow.
What? Did it go out?
It did go out.
It did go out.
Yeah.
So.
It was so high, you kind of lose track. Now, this one you can see, but it's not going to make it.
Did he just foul one off? So it's 2 outs?
Oh, you get outs?
Yeah, well, yeah. You go to 10 outs.
That's ripping low.
Low, yep.
Yep.
All right, so that's
not going to do it. Dylan Veig.
So he's
got right-handed hitter.
Yep. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 outs.
That was a good pitch and a good hit. That's out of here. Way out. Then that's near the scoreboard. 2 home runs for Worcester. That was a miss hit to center. And is that it?
He's got 5 outs. He can take a timeout.
Oh, timeout. Okay, he gets 5 outs.
I forget what the time is for a timeout. I think it's 2 minutes.
It was the key where he put that pitch. I think of course, batting practice, pitchers and home run derbies are key, but he wants to put it like waist high, inner third, and that's what he just crushed the last time. It was a little bit too inside.
So he's got 6 outs.
That one is ripped, but might be foul. Yep.
All right, so that's 7 outs.
That
gone.
One is gone.
So he's got another homer.
Yeah, and way out.
Yep, so that's 3.
That one has a chance.
That's going to go.
I'd be surprised.
They're not even looking.
That is out near the flagpole.
So that's 4.
That 1 is out. He's on a roll now.
He's on a roll.
Oh, boy.
This is a loss.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, Nashua's not going to hit 5.
Oh, up the silo.
And that'll do it. Is that it? Let's see. That's 8 outs.
He says he's got 2 more? What does he
Yeah,
say?
that's
1
8
more?
outs. That's 8 outs.
8 outs, okay.
I believe.
That one is
9
higher than
outs.
deep. Yeah. You can see why they picked Dylan Veig to do this home run
You
derby.
sure can.
And that's the
And
final
that'll be
out.
it. Buddy gets 5.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
it was.
That's a lot. It's not going to be Walkley. I believe it's going to be O'Brien. 23?
29.
Oh, 29? I thought I saw 3.
23.
That's 23.
You were right. 23.
Yep.
So a tough task here to try to catch up to the 5 home runs by Dylan Veig.
That's
Ooh.
Brady O'Brien. I told you. Yep, that's what I was
O'Brien.
wondering. Yep. So go with O'Brien.
Going to take aim at that low red brick wall.
Brendan Martin is doing the pitching. And here comes O'Brien. He's going to be pulled dead pull.
Yeah. I went up to the Colby turf and ran around last summer, so I got to see it's about the same distance down the line, Colby and here. I don't know if he does home run derby up in Waterville or not.
Martin's throwing a little too fast.
Yes, he is, Tom.
He's throwing
gotta
way
lob
too
it a little
fast.
more.
Yeah, he's got to lob it a little bit more.
From that distance, definitely. Yeah,
no,
that's
these are not what you want.
no. If you're going to throw that fast, you got to back up like 3
You got to
steps.
back up. Yeah, exactly.
And then it won't be bad. It is a science, throwing home run derby batting practice.
That's more like it, and O'Brien got into it
and
but,
hits it to the bigger part of the
but
park.
still, he's not a big power hitter.
Yeah, you got to get on top and pull the ball
Yeah.
because it's not conducive to hit the ball left center.
And
You got to go down the line.
Nashua's going to have 2 losses due to the home run derby. Now you get like a point. They go by a point system in this league,
Yeah,
so you get a point because you tied. It's just like the shootout in hockey. The other team gets 2.
see, Worcester had the right idea, Tom. You're right about the pace of the balls too much. You just basically got to throw slow pitch softball up and in.
And he's not doing it.
Slow pitch softball in the upper inner
Yeah,
corner
I mean,
and let the guy rip it, fair or foul.
Right.
You should be hitting it fair or foul down the line.
Right.
That's what you want it to do in this park. Six outs.
So you're not mathematically out of it because the outs don't matter in terms of,
Yeah.
but
Sammy Sosa's not walking through that door.
Is he going
huh?
to make it?
Yes.
Yes, it does. So he's got
New
one.
power sign.
Yep, so that's 1.
Oh,
That's
it was a
not
good
it, no.
idea, but he just didn't
7
get
outs.
on it. Yeah, 7 outs.
So he's got 3 left. 3 outs left. Nope, not going to happen.
No, it doesn't feel like it.
But again, those pitches are not, they're not helping you out. No, that's it. 1 more, and that'll do it, John Collins.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So
that's
that's it. Nashua loses 2-1.
And 5-1 in the home run derby.
All right, John Collins, down I go.
Thank you, Tom King. Excellent job as always. Thanks also to our most valuable player, cameraman Tim O'Neill, for another fine job behind the lens. I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching. And congratulations to the Worcester Bravehearts for pulling one out after being down 1-0 for much of the game. Thank you for watching. If you're from watching Hudson Cable, Nashua ETV, good night from Holman Stadium, everybody.